Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Ross Johnston. 3HL is out at the West Haven Golf Club today. The Tennessee Titans got on the win column yesterday in Arizona after a thrilling comeback that ended with a Joey Sly walk-off field goal to put the Titans over the top 22-21. Quarterback Cam Ward went 21 of 39 for 265 yards and an interception. The Titans' two touchdowns came from Tony Pollard and Tyler Lockett. Cedric Gray tallied 12 tackles. The Titans had 3 sacks, with Jeffrey Simmons counting for 1.5 of those, and the Titans also had a fumble recovery by Draymond Jones. Vanderbilt took their first loss of 2025 as they went on the road Saturday to Tuscaloosa and fell 30-14 to the Crimson Tide. Quarterback Diego Pavia went 21 of 35 for 198 yards, 1 touchdown and a pick, and also rushed for 58 yards. Also in NFL news, Colts kicker Spencer Schrader suffered a season-ending knee injury yesterday versus the Raiders, so they will look for his replacement. And Packers wide receiver Christian Watson hit the practice field today for the first time since tearing his ACL. The Packers have opened his 21-day window for him to be activated to the roster. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news I want you in your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome in 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It is a beautiful day. It was a great weekend, and hope you had a great one. I think we need to begin the show today with an announcement, Ross. If you have the announcement sounder, I think we need to start the show today with an announcement.
Announcement?
Announcements presented by
your mom and him.
The announcement is there is no Titanoscopy Monday this week.
The shirt stays in the hamper today, baby.
Whatever you want to call it. Titanoscopy Monday, Titans colonoscopy Monday, whatever it is. It's not happening today, damn it. Titans pull off one of the craziest comebacks in NFL history. Final score, Titans 22, Cardinals 21. Don Davenport is here, y'all.
Let's go.
What up, Babs?
I love today.
I love today.
It's a winning Monday. I don't care how it happens.
You guys, I was worried we might not have one of these this season.
It was close.
Like this is awesome.
Line opened at 9.5, Arizona. What do you think Phoenix Sports Talk Radio is like today?
Burn it down.
We're ass.
Yep.
Slay Dog is here.
I'm in a building. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you get beat by the team that is ass, then you automatically become ass. Tag, you're it.
Truth.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Tag, you're it.
It is.
We're speaking in T-shirts already.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely love it. We are broadcasting live today from West Haven Golf Club in Franklin, and this is the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament, and we're proud to be here. There are a lot of dignitaries here, like Ron Slay and Don Davenport. Philip Hutchinson is here.
You mean real dignity?
Yeah, I was like, what do I do?
Just ran into Rick Bird.
Man,
Oh,
the
Coach
legend,
Bird.
dog.
Hey, he's pretty good at golf.
And whoever's
Yes, he
teeing
is.
off right now is a man from my heart, which sounds funny, but it's true because he's got a backwards hat on. I once got reprimanded for that here.
I don't know
at West Haven
why.
when I was a member back in the day.
Walk up, let it rip.
Dude, the
baby.
backwards hat is sexy.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Look at Bob.
Oh,
Bob's got a backwards hat
Oh,
on.
Bob, dang
Just
it.
ruined it.
I
Just
should
ruined
have
it.
I should have surveyed the entire audience
ruined
here
it.
before I
Just
said that.
ruined it.
I take it back. Take backs.
Rick Bird is here. Philip Hutchinson is here. Andy Kelly, AK, is here. Threw one of the prettiest balls I've ever seen in 1990 against number 1 ranked Notre Dame to Alvin Harper in the end zone, post route touchdown. Was a thing of beauty on Todd Light.
I love
you
that
always
you
smile
remember
at me
that.
when I remember
love it
weird
because
stuff.
I love your 1990.
Yeah,
I
well-
saw
Oh,
this
you're
in
on those.
person because you were at so many games.
I was at that
just
game.
love
They
it.
actually lost that game, too, but I still remember that beautiful throw by Andy Kelly. Deion Grant is here,
D. Grant, baby.
Hey.
who had the big center field interception against Florida in 1998.
Were you
set
there
up
too, or
Tennessee's
no?
win. Yes, I was there.
Gotta be.
I was actually on the sideline when, so you know I don't like to sit in press boxes, so I had a press pass, but I also had a ticket. So I sat with my friends, and then with 5 minutes to go back in those days, you could go with a press pass onto the field. So I'm on the sideline. Tennessee goes to overtime, and they make a field goal, and then Florida, Jeff Chandler, I think, was the kicker for Florida, hooked it. Duck hooked it left. And I was standing next to Brent Hubbs on the sideline. We couldn't tell because you're looking like toward the goalpost and you have no frame of reference really. All I could see was the people on that side of the upright went crazy. Next thing you know, like we look at each other, me and Hubbs, and there's a million people over the top of us. I mean, like that. And that was cool. So I had one of these Marantz recorders, which was like a big old recorder that had like a neck strap and a big mic that went with it. And I ended up in the middle of the field with T. Martin. So I start interviewing him, and then the CBS cameras come like on top of me, and they had to wait for me to finish interviewing him.
Oh, I had to push you out.
Oh, before they did.
So
I was aware of the situation anyway. So at that point, I'd started to walk toward the Tennessee locker room, and I see this warm glow of a cigar in the tunnel, and there's a guy leaned back against the wall directly in the tunnel where he can watch what's going on the field. Randy Sanders. Who's
Nice.
the offensive coordinator after
dope.
David Cutcliffe took the Ole Miss job and left, but he was just on the staff at that point. But I was like, "Can I get one of those?" He's like, "You have to find one, brother."
And then
do your own digging.
And then he was the head coach at UTC, right?
ETSU.
ETSU, that's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Is he still?
No, that's where Will Healy.
Oh, that's where Will is. That's right. Okay.
Shane
Sorry,
Foster.
I got to keep up with all of it.
Shane Foster is here.
Yeah, Shane is out here in the building, getting busy out here, man.
I feel
Shane,
like
gotta
your
send him
mic
off.
needs to be a little louder.
Well, I mean, I think I'm cool. Turn me up, Kirby.
I can't. Maybe
You
my
don't need to be cooler.
maybe my headset needs to be turned up a little
Maybe that
bit.
could be it.
Yeah, Deion Grant.
Yeah.
We mentioned him.
Deion
Shane
Grant,
Foster. Shane Foster.
Hey, dog, a whole lot of buckets right there walking
can,
around.
Can Shane still stroke the three? You think?
Absolutely. When
Oh,
you shoot
no
it like
doubt.
that, when you
It
shoot
never
like
goes
that,
away.
It never leaves. No.
Like he's going to be 80,
Yes.
able to do it.
Brad Hopkins is here. B Hop is here. Lots of other. Brad Lampley is here.
Yeah. Phil Hutchinson.
Yep.
We already
And-
said that.
Oh, I said him again.
Well, it's like politics. If you say Philip Hutchinson twice, you got to say Rick Bird twice, right?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Belmont
We're
loves
just talking about a lot of people that
Lipscomb,
can score.
Belmont.
People that can score buckets.
So the Titans pull
Oh,
off
yeah.
one of the craziest
It's true.
comebacks in NFL history. Again, final score 22-21. So I don't even know where to start with this except describe the crazy plays. So ball to the face of Kyler Murray, right? Could have been 24-6. All they did, if they just take a knee, they kick a field goal and take a 24-6 lead. But the ball goes off his face mask. He somehow has to go get a concussion test because a football hit him in the face. That was weird. But could have been 24-6 with under 5 minutes to go third quarter. Titans get it, but they punt, but no points, right? Arizona with 3rd and 1 on their own 28-yard line. They give it to DeMercado, who has a walk-in 72-yard touchdown to make it 28-6 and end the game, although he decides to drop the football before he goes in. Why do guys do that? Why are they in such a hurry to drop the football?
I want to get in there. I'm getting in the back of the end zone before I'm launching the ball in the stands and having to pay that, or spinning it and getting a fine or something because I'm celebrating too long. It's not because I'm dropping the ball before going across the line. That says you scored. Like, you have to have that. It don't matter if you get out there. You can get across the line all you want to. If you don't have the ball with you, it doesn't count. Like, how many times – that's the weirdest thing. This has been on Sports Center top 10, not so top 10. It's
Every
gone
player
viral.
has seen
like,
every dude
everybody's
do this.
seen it. And
Yeah.
I guarantee everybody has sat and talked about it and said, you know what? Man, that's stupid, dog. Why would you do that? And then here we go. The third string running back, was it the third string? Fourth string.
Third.
So
He only had 4 carries all season.
yeah, but you fighting for your life. You got an opportunity to put a team away and solidify yourself in this team, and you don't finish the deal. That's a sick feeling, boy. Good gosh. I hate to be his cousin. Because on that ride home, I'm going to be tired, dog.
His cousin?
Yeah, you dumb, dog.
What do you mean, cousin?
Because that's who's going to be riding home with you.
That's the one who's going to tell you how it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cousin don't
And
hold
not
it.
be
always
like,
say.
hey, you okay?
Yeah, no,
He's
the
going to be
cousin will
like,
say-
dude, you're an idiot.
Cousins are best friends. That's the ones. Brothers and them, they'll be hating. Sisters, they'll be hating. You know what I mean? But the cousins, they're going to tell you every time.
I was texting with you all during the game, talking with the girlfriend during the game. I was like, listen, Arizona's doing everything they can to lose this football game. They're trying to do it.
Right.
Can the Titans take advantage of it? And they do. Tony Pollard, touchdown run, extra point to get it to one-score game. They miss it. Miss the extra point. They already tried out kickers on Tuesday. I'm like, in the league company countdown to kickoff, I'm like, hey, Joey Sly, don't miss any kicks today. They already have a file. They just tried out a bunch of kickers on Tuesday. And he misses an extra point to bring it to a one-score game. I thought at that point they lost. Mm-hmm. And what a way. What a Titan way to lose.
The funniest thing, I said, man, they're going to lose by 1 point. Watch. They're going to go down here and convert and can't get the onside kick after getting a 2-point conversion and not be able to do it. And lo and behold,
they won by one.
They won by one.
Then we get to Arizona just running the football into the middle of the pile and punting. They decided that was going to be the plan in the fourth quarter. So they punt. Titans drive down the field. 3rd and 2, 4:39 left, down 21-19. Cam Ward throws the interception. Ball's batted, picked off at the 5-yard line without being hit, drops the football.
Just
Two different dudes decide they want to knock it into the end zone.
I got it. No, you got it.
And
Lock it.
the Titans fall on it. Lockett falls on it to make it the 21-19 score there.
We need the play-by-slay for that.
Oh, that's
Or slay-by-play.
That's
What do we call it? Play-by-play? Slay-by-play.
Slay-by-play.
I've been thinking about that, and we're on remote today at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin. When we're in studio tomorrow,
okay,
we can play the video, let you record the slay-by-play into the microphone,
okay,
and we can do all of these plays.
Sound good.
Yeah.
We have to do the Lockett play.
Sound good.
And it was actually one of our listeners that hit me on Twitter that brought it up. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's a great idea.
We need Slay. I mean, even the ball to the face of Kyler Murray. Face.
That was wild.
That, too. Okay, so we're going to do all those tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so then punt by Arizona. Titans ball at the 18-yard line. 1:53 left, one timeout. They get the 3rd down play to Gunnar Helm. Mm-hmm. Great catch there. Tig had 3 big fourth-quarter catches, 1 on that drive. Then, inexplicably, Arizona is in man-to-man. Man-to-man on the outside. I get it, Arizona. I understand what you're thinking there. Like, Ridley on the outside, we don't need safety help. He's not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get it. I get it, Arizona.
He's not done anything.
That's sound defensive play calling there. But
Okay, but still.
Cam Ward said no.
Yeah.
Man-to-man, Ridley gets a step, hits him 38 yards. 1st and 10 at the 15.
In the bucket.
Then a beautiful play call by Bo Hardigree to run it with Pollard. You don't need to throw it there. Let the rookie quarterback chill. He just made a great play. Let's put it in the hands of Pollard. 11 yards down the 4-yard line. Then you just sit on the ball until you kick the game-winning field goal, which, by the way, I thought he missed.
So did I at first.
It looked super close.
So because I actually had it pulled up on my phone.
Yeah.
So it was like small screen, and I'm like, oh.
What percentage of people watching the game could have hit that ball better from 29 yards?
But he asked for it
80?
on that hash. I want it on the left hash.
But he's been pushing everything to the right.
That's why I wanted.
That's why I wanted it on the left
wanted it on the
hash.
Oh, my gosh. But they get the game winner, and there you go. Titans win 22-21.
That is a great recap.
When we come back, your reaction, if you want in, 615-737-1045. It is not a Titanoscopy Monday today from West Haven Golf Club. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045.
Tighten up.
Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. Gupton has you covered. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. Just let them know what you're looking for. Maybe you need more legroom. Maybe you need 3 rows. Maybe you need better gas efficiency, maybe you need better mileage, whatever, less of a payment, whatever you're looking for, let them know, and they will point you in the right direction. They have you covered. Go take your test drive, go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. If you're in that process, make sure you include Gupton. If you haven't begun the process, start with Gupton. You will end with Gupton. These guys are the best. Bought multiple vehicles from them. Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. That is where you need to go. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That is where you will find the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there, new and pre-owned. All the deals they have going on in the month of October right there at GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Guess who's Bizak? Kellum Stem Cell Institute, people. Hey! Yeah, welcome back, people. If you're living with back pain, there's a breakthrough alternative to surgery you need to hear about. That's stem cell therapy from Kellum Stem Cell Institute. No scalpels, no stitches, just a simple injection that targets the pain at its source. That's the Kellum difference. Most patients are back to their routine in days, not weeks. Kellum Stem Cell Institute helps you get back to life faster. That's faster recovery, people. And the risk, no hospital stays, no general anesthesia, and a much lower risk of complications because your health deserves a safer option. You should get it. This isn't just pain relief. It's your body healing itself with its own stem cells guided by Kellum's expert care. Unlike surgery, there's no need for rods, screws, or implants. Kellum keeps it natural. Now, hurry up. Using your own cells means it's personalized and reduces the risk of rejection. Kellum Stem Cell Institute puts your body's healing power to work. Call 615-850-4415. Schedule your consultation today at KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Get relief today.
when I was at the University Bookstore.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from West Haven Golf Club. The Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament is going on. They've got all kinds of things on their calendar if you want to check them out. TSHF. Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame.net. TSHF.net. What are we laughing at?
Sorry, Kirby just pulled up the picture from New Orleans, and it's me pointing to the sign that says "huge ass"
I remember that.
On Bourbon Street.
on Bourbon Street.
We were going to Absinthe Bar.
Yeah, we were.
And the guy was holding up a sign that read, and it's huge, that read "huge ass." And Davenport was like, so sober.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want to take a picture of that sign.
I'm like, that's my sign.
Yeah, come on with that, buddy.
Here's
We
your
gave
sign.
some change. Yep.
What led to
Gave
that
some money for that
picture
one.
being shown right there?
Oh, because West Haven has these really like bouncy chairs.
They're so comfortable.
They're really comfortable, and they're almost bouncy, but they're plastic,
They're almost bouncy.
and they have this like gridlock pattern in them.
Yeah.
And I am probably so dehydrated right now. It was hot as hell in Louisville for my game.
Man,
but
you always have great games.
dude, that's back-to-back overtime games.
The wrong team won.
I
But
knew
that's
it.
okay.
Yes.
It's also
Wrong team won.
if you're betting, look at my game and bet the underdog, because every single
game
one
is
of my
underdog.
games they have either covered or outright won.
That's right. Georgia Tech won, but they covered.
They
the,
did
the underdog.
The underdog
covered.
covered. Yep.
Who do you have next week?
I've got BYU at Arizona.
Oh, no.
I know.
You can't even go to, like, the cool part of Arizona. I haven't been to
Tucson.
Tucson, but I've heard, like, I know what Tempe is. That's incredible. Scottsdale, Tempe.
Oh, I love
That's incredible.
Arizona State. Like I
that's a party.
love that's a party.
party.
I love a trip to Arizona State. I haven't been to Arizona. I haven't been to Tucson since 2014. That was the last. Rich Rod was the head coach at Arizona the last time I worked an Arizona game. If that tells you anything, I'm usually good for at least one BYU game a year as long
Also-
as they're ranked. But
Provo is incredible, right?
Provo is
Everyone
amazing.
I've talked to that has gone to a game at BYU, because the mountains are just majestic right behind the stadium.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I worked a Provo. You remember during COVID, like I was the only one that traveled. The sideline reporters were the only ones that were on site.
Play-by-play
Everybody else
analysts were in their houses.
in their basements,
Yeah.
calling off a monitor. So I was always all by myself the entire COVID year. And I went to BYU, and Provo was stunning, and there were like no masks anywhere.
Yeah.
And everything was open, and it was so beautiful because you can be outside all the time when it's not freezing, you know. And Kyle, I was like, maybe we should move to Provo. It's gorgeous here. My husband was like, I don't think we're gonna.
Probably for
think
that
we're gonna
time
stay in
being,
Nashville. Yeah.
Again, Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, TSHF.net. You can check out what they've got going on. The new museum will open in the new Nissan Stadium in 2027. So the museum that is in Bridgestone Arena is no longer there. They are preparing to open the new one in 2027.
So they moved that out?
What's that?
They moved that out already?
Yeah, they moved out.
Wow. It's quickly.
I talked to our friend Brad Willis about it. He's
Yeah.
standing right over there.
Yeah.
He's going to hop on at 3:45 to let you know what they've got going on. What do you got there?
You were very nice enough because I am dragging. All that to say, I was dehydrated, and so now I have the print of the chair all up and down my legs. That's why the huge butt
She was-
picture came up.
Dawn was literally showing her ass.
Yes, I was.
That's what led to the picture.
Which,
from
let's be
Kirby.
honest, I probably do that at least once a week on this show. So,
Anyway.
in more ways than one. So, Mayor is being a good teammate, and he had a Celsius. The sparkling cherry cola, which I have not had yet, but Slate turned us on to it, and he was nice enough to give it to me. He said, I have plenty of energy. You can have
Yes.
this.
I do have a lot of energy today. So
I
yeah,
feel like
that-
it's already hit me,
and
too.
I got
good.
that from
Yeah.
Slay.
It's so good.
I got that from Slay. That
So good.
cherry cola Celsius.
Like
It's
you can drink
really
that
good.
with meals. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't even like
you
drinking
can,
energy drinks.
you can get it in a pack, like a big box
Yeah.
with grape and orange, which are also great. So there's that.
That's my take.
Major League Baseball playoffs, real quick. Dodgers at Phillies tonight. Dodgers a -135 favorite, 508 TBS. LA took game 1 5-3. Cubs at Brewers, 8:08 p.m. TBS. Brewers a -135 favorite to get the 2-0 lead. Brewers won game 1 9-3. They scored all 9 runs in the first 2 innings. Imanaga is 1-2 against Milwaukee this year for the Cubs, so that's coming up. Monday Night Football, Kansas City at Jacksonville. Kansas City, a
I'm
3.5
excited about
point
this one.
favorite, 7:15 ABC. The Chiefs have won 8 in a row against the Jags. Jacksonville has not beaten Kansas City since 2009. Jacksonville is fourth in the NFL in rushing. They have 13 takeaways, which leads the NFL. Chiefs coming off that 37-20 win against Baltimore. Mahomes with 4 touchdown passes. Big story there was Xavier Worthy, who was back, 121 total yards last week for Kansas City. And we'll see what Travis Hunter does. He banged he bang up a shoulder or something? They took him off the defense, but he continued to play offense last week. Had a 28-yard reception on a big third down, but they anticipate him being full go tonight. So we're
Offense and
that.
defense, or they no? Okay.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's what they say.
baby.
That's what they say. No Titanoscopy Monday this week.
Yes.
But we do have tons of Titans notes for you. We also have point spreads for college football and the NFL coming up this week. And what else do we have? All kinds of college football notes. That Vandy Alabama game was good.
It was good.
That was
Until
intense.
It wasn't good. Yep.
That was into 2 red zone turnovers.
Yep. That'll do it.
2 red zone turnovers will do it. Alabama, let me see what y'all think about this. Maybe you agree, disagree. Alabama is a good football team, but they don't have that swagger and that intimidation thing that they used to have where they would beat teams before the game would even start. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't walk in there shaking in your boots.
Yeah.
You know you're walking in playing a good football team, but you can beat them.
Yeah, they still have some great talent over there, but I think it used to be a little scarier walking in there with the talent that they had, especially defensively, that they had. I thought it was imposing their will anytime they walked into any stadium because of what they had in the trenches. Now, the guys in the trenches offensively still look the part. I'm not saying they playing the part yet, though. You know what I mean? I do think it helped getting what's their running back name? Jam Miller. I think it helped tremendously getting him back. I think that was key to have somebody that can run behind their pads like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't scare you.
Because Georgia stopped him.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt had trouble with him.
Yeah. But you got it. And wasn't that his first game back?
No, Georgia was.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah,
Georgia
yeah,
game.
yeah. Georgia
so
was, yep.
him getting his feet wet, now getting back, used to how they blocking, them getting used to how he running, makes an impact. But I will say Ty Simpson, man,
Looks good.
people keep on talking about he playing the best. He don't get rattled.
I talked to someone in the
He's
league.
He can
feeling
spin
it.
it. Yes, he
He's
can spin
feeling
it
it.
too.
I
Yeah.
talked to someone in the league that's been in that world for a long, long time on the coaching side of things that thinks he's a first-round pick.
That's
Really?
Cool. That's cool.
And how cool is it? First of all, how cool is it that we called his
Yes.
senior state championship game?
Y'all did,
And that
yes.
was forever ago.
yeah.
But the other thing is he sat and waited.
3
He
years.
sat and learned. He sat and developed.
Yeah.
He
Nobody
developed
does
his
that anymore.
body.
Yep.
You don't see it very often, and it's fun to see now. I mean, because think about it, he hasn't played meaningful ball
Yeah.
in a really long time, and
Yep.
so from that standpoint, it's fun to see week to week
Yep.
just how much better he gets.
Yep.
We told you all week Florida's going to jump up and bite somebody.
I knew it.
We kept talking about that Texas game.
And the person that balled was the person that stepped out there in front and took accountability. The reason they wasn't playing good. Coming off that bye week, DJ Lagway said, man, this is my fault. And once it get going, it's on. And it's on. Like,
I mean, they just we kept talking about it.
Yep.
Play clean football, and they can beat anybody
Yep.
because they have 4- and 5-star players all over that roster. They just keep falling into bad coaching decisions.
Yeah.
Guys spitting on guys at inopportune moments. Just
Undisciplined.
dumb things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they played a clean game against Texas. And the other
that's
thing
the
is
other problem.
Texas, preseason
Yeah.
number 1, they are not ranked.
What's
5 games in.
I mean,
How
what
about that?
does that say? Does this game say more about Texas than it really does Florida?
I don't know. I think
It's hard to
That's a tough
tell.
one right there.
That was my first question after the game was over, and you get to thinking about it a little bit. And that was my first question to Self. Like, Self, what, did this tell me more about Texas or Florida? I think it told you plenty about Texas and plenty about Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida gets A&M this week. I think that's going to be a tight game, too.
A&M, that's going to be a good one.
Especially with what A&M is doing defensively right now. You see all the numbers and stats, and I
then-
mean, it's absurd.
I watched the A&M Mississippi State game, and it was a game into the third quarter. And A&M struggles sometimes within the flow of the offense where Marcel has to kind of make a playoff script to get them going. But defensively, they're really, really strong. There's no question about that.
Going back to Texas real quick, I think what we just talked about with Alabama, that's how Texas walks into stadiums. Like they are the big
Like
bad wolf.
intimidating.
Yeah, like they
Right.
are. But
But not anymore.
Yeah, and nobody, like, you haven't proved that in this league, and everybody continuously
I get what
said
you're
that.
saying.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But outside of your
Like they
schedule,
try to, but-
yeah, now you on the road. You got to go to the swamp. You know what I mean? To play. That ain't no easy place to play. Even if they not clicking on all cylinders.
Anywhere.
You know what I'm
In
saying?
the
so,
SEC,
in
yeah.
the SEC. So
Well,
anywhere
Kentucky,
they go.
that's about it.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
a disaster now.
So that right there. I don't know what
But
they
even
do with
Kentucky,
that.
like that Kentucky-Georgia game, it's like 14-7 late in the second quarter. I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh.
It just seemed like it was a matter of time.
That's
though.
another one we'll talk about all week. Auburn, I think, is going to give Georgia all they want.
on the
I
Plains.
really
I
do.
think that's going to be a
Yep.
good one too,
Do you
night
think
game at Auburn?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
only a
good.
3.5-point spread too.
for a reason.
because of the rivalry? Okay, but the big question with my Tigers, can Jackson Arnold get rid of the damn ball, and can that offensive line pull it together?
Yeah.
Can a bye week help them to pull it together?
I think he's going to be able to run the ball on Georgia. I think Georgia's going to struggle with that part of their game.
Yeah.
He was sacked 9 times against Oklahoma. So
9.
To your point.
9.
So they're going to have to
Like, that's
protect them.
one away
But-
from double digit in college.
here-
That
here's
is
You know what
embarrassing.
Oklahoma is too, though.
But here's
I
the
don't
thing.
care.
Georgia only had 2 sacks in the entire season going to the Kentucky game.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they get after the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I think that's going to happen to Georgia. I think they're going to turn Georgia over 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
In that game.
I can't wait to get
I think
more
Auburn
into
going to
that
turn them
game.
over 2 or 3 times, man. It's going to get the rocking down there. Jackson Arnold ain't going to have to do much to me,
You
except with his legs.
with his legs. Yep. You guys know that's my, like, Auburn, Alabama is not my huge rival being
Auburn,
an Auburn
Georgia.
girl. It's Auburn, Georgia. But it's because I'm from Georgia. It's
I can
because
see
all
that.
my friends in high school went to Georgia. My mother
Your mother
graduated
loves
from
Georgia.
Georgia. And so that is like my rivalry game
I understand.
as an Auburn Tiger. And there's a lot of Auburn people that think Georgia is just as big
question.
and sometimes
There's a lot
bigger
of
than the
players that
Alabama
came
rivalry.
from Georgia that went to from the state of Georgia that went to
That go to
Auburn,
Auburn,
too.
yeah.
So
Back to Vanderbilt, Alabama. Diego Pavia said last week, he said, if we play our game, it's not going to be close.
Yep.
He turned it over twice in the red zone.
AKA,
That's
they did not play their game.
and he did it.
In the red
He did
zone,
it.
too.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you just can't win games like that against
Not on
an
the
SEC
road.
opponent.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get into all that. Cam Ward, 8 of 21. In the first 3 quarters, Cam Ward was 8 of 21, which is 38%. 72 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. In the fourth quarter, when given a chance to be a gamer, and this is my big picture takeaway from this game is Cam Ward, when the lights are on and the game is in doubt, that dude's going to perform. In the fourth quarter, Cam Ward, 13 of 18, 72.2%, 193 yards in the fourth quarter. Titans scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. He got it done.
yeah.
What was the difference? A little tempo, a little fast, a little
We got a chance.
protection.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
You know what I
Finally-
mean?
Yeah, you having a chance in season opportunity. You finally were able to finish. I think that's been the whole thing with us watching them from preseason all the way to now, even with the joint practices, was the finishing. Like, can you finish? If you can finish, then you got something to work with. And I think they finally were able to do that. Defense held up.
Like,
and-
you were finally at a point in a game where you could finish. You mean? you
got
had
the
a
opportunities.
chance.
Yeah, you got the chance to. Like, it was right there sitting for them. Like, they took multiple opportunities, but they
I mean, the
finished.
hustle was
It is-
there.
it-
There was
no
no
question.
quit.
No question.
L'Jarius Sneed, what?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't have to make that
I
hustle
will
play.
say, like, I think that play's getting too much credit though,
Tell me why.
because I think the
He didn't
effort.
do anything.
Yeah, the effort was there, but
Yeah,
that ball
for
was
sure.
going out. He tossed the ball.
Yeah.
like he didn't hit the ball, didn't hit his arm, didn't hit anything.
He didn't even know that L'Jarius was there.
No,
It had
he was
nothing
lost.
to do
He
with
was
him
lost on
dropping
it.
the ball.
But I do think just to see that effort means so much more in the bigger picture than him getting the third and what was it, 22 that he gave up, third and
22 or
33 or
23,
whatever
yeah.
it was. Whatever he gave up against Nico Collins,
Right.
that effort that
Against
he
the
showed right there
Texans.
was way bigger than that foolish mistake.
Right.
Even though he didn't do anything to me.
Because you saw the effort.
Yeah,
like
I
you
love that he
knew
ran at him.
there was
Yeah,
no
no.
quit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you knew
that's what we've been
he's
waiting
still
on
in
seeing.
it. He's still
We've
he's
been
still a
waiting
good
to see that.
teammate,
Yeah,
right?
we've been
Yeah.
seeing it in flash. We see Cedric Gray pop off. You know what Big Jeff gonna do? Arden Key's always hustling to the ball and things of that nature. But everybody collectively in that second half came with it and delivered the way they were supposed to do. So
Yeah.
I'm with that. Give me attitude and effort, those two things you can control. I'm on board with you at any time.
Cardinals took a 21-3 lead 19 minutes and 17 seconds into the game. It was 21-3 Arizona with 10:43 left in the second quarter. They scored touchdowns on 3 of their first 4 possessions. They were done. From that point on, the next 40 minutes and 43 seconds, Arizona drives went punt, 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 fumble, punt, fumble, punt, punt. 42 plays, 187 yards. 71 was on one play, which resulted in a fumble. So if you take that for what it's worth, 42 plays, 187 yards after the 21-3 lead, that's 4.45 yards per play. Prior to that, first 4 drives, 7.6 yards per play. If you take out the 71-yard bust on third down and short, it's 41 plays, 116 yards, which is 2.8 yards per play. So when the offense had a chance, they took advantage of it, but the defense kept playing. They got hit in the mouth at the beginning of the game, but they kept playing, and they played so well. And Big Jeff, y'all,
game record.
Listen, I know Brian Callahan mentioned Defensive Player of the Year type stuff, and he's playing at that level right now.
Game record. Like, I mean, it double team, triple team, single. It don't play down. Like, it was one play I saw the highlight. I don't even know how he got. I don't know if it was a dump off to the running back or wide receiver. I don't know what it was, but he was in the backfield, and he was the one that ran to the sideline to make the tackle. I'm like, this effort you giving, I'll tell you what, it's pay me effort. That's what he's giving is pay me effort.
8 tackles.
Any way you want to look at it.
8 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a tackle for a loss, and 2 quarterback hits.
Come on, man. That's what nobody else besides you. Not taking a slap at anybody else. I mean, I'm saying, when I say nobody besides you, T'Vondre Sweat, who was a massive human being, who was expected to be able to go up and live up to them expectations. He's not there. So that spot is you substituting for that spot right now and just trying to get a collective effort, man. This is amazing what he's doing.
When we come back, we'll visit with Brad Willis, the executive director of the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. Let you guys know what they've got going on. TSHF.net. Also, a tweet from Dan Orlovsky about Cam Ward that you're going to want to hear me read to you. That's coming up as we continue to broadcast live at West Haven Golf Club in Franklin. This golf course is phenomenal. I've played it 1,000,000 times, and it kicks my ass. But I love it. And the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament going on today. We'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Okay, imagine if your Wi-Fi was a lot smarter. Picture it like this. Your TV, your phone, your laptop, maybe you have a fancy fridge, all of it working together to make life easier. Well, that is Xfinity, and that is where Xfinity makes that dream a reality. Devices so in sync that you would think they're telepathic. Really smart Wi-Fi that knows when your device needs a boost, and the best equipment to stream, 4 games at once with multi-view, and that's the most important. That's what we're talking about. Xfinity Mobile also gives you Wi-Fi where you need it and 5G everywhere else. That is the magic of Xfinity, seamlessly in tune with you. Xfinity, imagine that. We have Xfinity Wi-Fi in our household. It is phenomenal. Some restrictions apply. To get started, visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or just drop into an Xfinity store today.
You know how life can change in an instant. A car wreck can throw everything off. Your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when you need our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. BDIL, Bart Durham Injury Law. 615-242-9000. Go ahead and get that phone number into your phone now. That way you can act when you need to. 615-242-9000. Marine veteran Blair Durham and his team have been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up when they're supposed to, what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it. No upfront costs, no waiting around, just real people making sure you get what you deserve. 615-242-9000, Bart Durham Injury Law. That's 615-242-9000. If you've been injured, don't wait. If you haven't, just get the number into your phone. That way you can get on it. when you need to as quickly as you can. Call BDIL, Barton Durham Injury Law, 615-242-9000. They're here 24/7, ready to fight for you. Again, the number 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. .3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament at West Haven Golf Club. We're going to bring Brad Willis into the mix here in just a second, but I want to read this. Zeph found it. Dan Orlovsky. Cam Ward's statement's incredible. He's better than we thought. If the Titans do right with him and around him, he will be a top 8 player at quarterback easily.
Sound a lot.
I mean, you show what you got in the fourth quarter. And maybe it's even more impressive because he was struggling for 3 quarters, and it was like, hey, when we need to get it done, boom, let's go.
Yeah, it was like the excuses got thrown out the window at the end. Receivers, as far as not being able to catch the ball.
Balls.
Yeah, him, as far as taking something off of his throws, like all of that went out of the window, and you just play ball out there. So I think if they can, that's a mindset too, though. You know what I mean? Maybe some guys are overthinking it. And that happens when you're out there, you're trying to get a win, you pressing so hard. And when you finally do get a win, regardless of how you got it, sometimes it releases the pressure, and maybe you can just go out there and ball now. So we'll see. Move forward. I am in, like, well, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but, you know, I want everybody to celebrate right now. But I ain't a rain on parade type of guy, but, man, I'm just telling you, I got thunderstorms hovering.
No, I think it's fair.
Yeah, like
I think it's fair.
This is because
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think
if I'm in
fair.
Arizona locker room, my conversation is totally different than me being in Tennessee locker room.
Can you imagine doing a radio show in Phoenix right now?
Oof.
I mean, they literally had to have like 100 things go wrong to lose, and they had 100 things go wrong.
And they did it.
And they caused it
Like
themselves.
they did it. Like
Self-inflicted.
that's my thing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? To wrap it up before we go to Brad, if you play this same exact way going against Las Vegas in Las Vegas, come home with L.
Well, hopefully Bowers will need
Same.
another week.
That's another thing.
Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Brad Willis joins us now, the executive director of the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, former program director at 104.5 The Zone, did a lot of years with the Titans radio crew, man. And now I love seeing the videos with you sitting between Big Moan celebrating big plays, and Mike Keith calling big plays, and those two guys having a great time with the Vol Network. Brad, what's up? How are you?
That group looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? There's a lot of Titans radio flavor in that group.
Yeah, there is.
It is. How much fun are you guys having?
It's so much fun. I mean,
kind of to birth something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So many of us, Mike included in leading that pack, but so many of us kind of grew up here in John Ward and the Vol Network, and we went into it, very much saying, hey, we understand the history of it. We understand, how big it is, and we want to do right by it. And so it's been great to have Larry and Ramon, and then Larry Stone's back. I said Mike and Ramon, and Larry Stone's back, and
Love that.
so we're getting to work with him, and so I think he's great. We got Jason Swain, so he and Larry are doing a lot of halftime, post game, and the analysis I think is really on point. So it's been a fun start to the year, and we've gotten the chance to kind of work together again, and go back up to Knoxville this weekend and see how they shake out against Arkansas.
Hubbard Dog involved. Ashley, you guys.
Like a lot of familiar faces, so it's nice.
I love it. So Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. You guys for years were at the Bridgestone Arena.
Yep.
Transitioning now into the new building in 2027. Where are you guys with all that?
So it's amazing. I've learned so much about what goes into the planning process. Like when we found out that we were going to be moving into the new Titans Stadium, February of 2027 felt like a generation. Like, I got to thinking about like how old my kids would be and all those kinds of things. And I'm like, man, that's forever. Like we got all kinds of time. And now you look up and you're like, wow, we're like 14, 15 months away.
Yeah.
And it's a process that it's important for a couple reasons. One, we want to be a space that people can bring their families to. And, like when you bring your 10-year-old to Nashville, you're from out of town, you're on Lower Broad, you're like, what do we do with the kids? Yeah. So we want to be a family-friendly attraction in downtown Nashville. So that's mission one. Mission two is we want to tell the story of all the people who have come, and really have shaped what athletics are in the state of Tennessee. And so we want to be able to do that in a reverential perspective, but we also want to be experiential. So we want people to come in and be able to do fun things and come away from it going, hey, I'm going to tell my friend about this. They're going to come back. Or come away from it and saying, hey, I got my score for all I did today, and I think I can beat that. I'm going to come back and do it again myself. So I said 14, 15 months, we're on track to open up when Nissan Stadium opens. And it's kind of like this snowball that just keeps going downhill. And so we're excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun location where we're really happy about where we're going to be. If you're entering anything on the east side of Nissan Stadium now, you're going to look through the fence that's there, and you can see our space. It's already
okay.
It's already
that's cool.
Yeah, it's just right there next to the west entrance, and it's a great location. We're real pumped about it.
That's dope right there.
TSHF.net. Yeah, you know what else was dope? The little event where Mr. Slay was.
Man, we ain't had Brad on.
so
I know we haven't, have we?
Yeah, dude.
That was something.
Man, what a night.
That was fun right there, man. I'm very appreciative of Brad. And I think the biggest thing what you just said was the people going in that had an impact on Tennessee sports. And Mike kept on saying it throughout the night. Like, you can't tell the story without these people being involved in some capacity.
That's right.
So that's huge, man, being able to grow up in this city and do that amongst your peers was really, really, really dope, man. So I appreciate it.
I love that Slay went on last. And
Yeah, me too.
You knew that was happening.
I had to stop drinking.
We didn't.
Here's the thing. It's a show, right? So when you're putting on the show, you're like, how are we going to finish strong? And we knew that if we put Slay on last, that we'd finish strong. But I really like the point that you made when you were on stage. You were like, I'm a Middle Tennessee guy. I got West Tennessee ties.
Yep.
You gave shout out to Memphis. You're like, my people from Knoxville are here, and it really felt like that Ron came at the end and tied it all together really nicely. I mean, you made the point. Mike says this. I think it's true. Like, we cannot tell the story of sports in the state of Tennessee without the people who get inducted in the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. And that's something that we are cognizant of. We want to tell the stories of people you've heard their names a million times, and we want to tell the stories of people you might have to dig, a second layer down to kind of find out about. But when you do, you're going to go, wow,
Right.
they really impacted their community. They really impacted this state in a special way. So, it was a fun night. We had a big group. And it was our 60th class all time. So we wanted to kind of finish strong, and I think we did with Slay.
Was that the biggest group?
It's the biggest group outside of the very first group in 1966.
Okay.
1966, we had 25 inductees, and there were a lot of people who, at that point, you look back and you're like, if we're going to establish a Sports Hall of Fame, we've got to have these people. Right. There was 25 that year, and then we got into a kind of a smaller group every year. We started talking a few years ago about we wanted to do an expanded group. We thought, how do we do that? And we thought, when we get to our 60th anniversary, that's a fun year to do something big. So that was the second biggest group we've ever done.
Was that the biggest challenge when you took that job, to look and think about the people that are not in, and you're like, holy crap?
It's funny you say that.
There are a lot of people that need to be in. We've got to work on.
And part of the reason that there are people who are obvious misses is because of the process. So the process is you have to be nominated. So there have been people who we've put in the last 5 years where I've been there, and somebody said, hey, why is so-and-so not already in? And the problem is because a lot of people just assume that they are, right?
Yeah.
So if they assume they're inducted, then they don't nominate them, and we can't just pull them out of a hat and say this person deserves to be in. So it's a challenge to go through it and see where are our gaps? Where are things, where are sports that maybe we haven't had too much of a focus on? Where are regions that maybe we haven't had too much of a focus on? Because when we do that and we start thinking about it that way, then we outreach to people and we say, hey, here's what we do, here's how we operate, and we take nominations from people. If you got anybody, make sure to send them our way. And then that's how we kind of continue to grow.
You were with Titans Radio forever. I got to ask you, what do you think about Cam Ward at quarterback?
You talked about Dan Orlovsky and just kind of the praise that he keeps heaping on him. I think he's got a lot of upside. I really do. He's fun to watch.
He makes rookie mistakes, but all knew
But that's what rookies do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't expect a guy who is a rookie quarterback to come in and play like he's been in the league for 5 years. Yeah. So he's going to make those mistakes, and people are going to start judging, well, his technique is this. But those are the things you're going to coach into him over time. And I think that the people who are like the purists for the game, who watch what he does, they're really talking about how impressive he is. And you gotta think that's a good thing. Yeah. And I think that he's got a real high ceiling. So I think the Titans should be excited about him. And I think that their struggles are 1-4. Great game yesterday. I think Ron might poo-poo it a little bit later, but I will say this: I don't think anybody expected them this year to have a lot of quality depth or a lot, to be.
That's been a problem.
So you're going to see things that are probably amplified by those problems when Cam has struggles. But I did like yesterday when the chips were down and they said the ball's in your hands, get it down the field and let's get a chance to score.
Go win a game.
That's what he did.
That's what he did.
And maybe they view that and they say, hey, let's put him in some tempo. Let's put him in, where's his comfort level with what he's doing? But I think that long term, hopefully they look back and they say we made the right pick with Cam Ward.
Bri Willis, Executive Director of the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, tshf.net, right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay. There you go.
Hey, thank you guys.
Nailed it.
Thank you guys for being out here. Excited.
Appreciate
to see
you having us, Brad.
Yep.
Always
Appreciate
good to
you,
see
Brad.
brother. Love that smile on your face, man. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. SpringHillAC.com. That's SpringHillAC.com. We'll get into some of the analytics with regard to what happened yesterday in Arizona. Next, stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. It's that time of year to get that lawn going. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help. DickensSupply.com. My man Trey Hartsook is here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, super exciting time of year in the landscape supply industry because you're really seeing now that you have to have a mower to cut your grass with all this rain that we've had, and we'll continue to have, it looks like. Got to have a machine that you can count on. And if you're in the market for one, there's no better place to look than Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. We offer the best brands in the industry. It doesn't matter whether you're a commercial cutter or just a weekend warrior residential guy. We have the best options available for you. Stop in and see us. We're conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Something great that we're doing, Brent, and we'll continue to do is the service department in the back. Those guys are really, really good. Our mechanics are awesome about getting guys in, getting them out, getting them the machine that they need so they can keep that yard looking really good. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Our locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lumber, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
Good afternoon. It's 4:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the West Haven Golf Club. The Titans are celebrating their first victory Monday of the season after a 22-21 walk-off win over the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. Brian Callahan met with the media earlier today to discuss the win, saying that it's just one game and we want to stack games and win more. No one is satisfied. In NFL news today, Colts kicker Spencer Strader will miss the remainder of the season with a knee injury suffered against the Raiders. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson suffered a torn ACL and will also miss the remainder of the season. The Chargers also plan to place rookie running back Omarion Hampton on IR with an ankle injury and are now down their top two running backs with Najee Harris already on season-ending IR. Monday Night Football wraps up Week 5 tonight as the Jags host the Chiefs. Kickoff is at 7:15. You can catch the Westwood One call of the game right here on the Zone following the Brian Callahan Show. For our Foundation Repair, whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Bulls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. It is the Monday edition. We made the announcement at the beginning of the show. There is no Titanoscopy Monday this week. It is Celebration Monday. Victory Monday, if you will. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Titans 22. Arizona Cardinals somehow 21. Don Davenport is here, y'all.
Crazy. Let's go.
Oh, Babsy.
Listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Although if you're good, you're
It is.
4-1, not 1-4. But you know, when you're 0-4, we'll take any kind of win you can get.
Take it.
People and listen, we need to be real about all of the things, right? Like all of the things that were happening, and they did not play well, and the reason why they won. Some games are lost more than they're won, but. There are good
Like this
elements.
one.
Yeah, there are
For
good
Arizona.
elements to this. I mean, when Arizona hands you literally the football game, you got to go out there and take it.
Yep.
So the Titans had to come up with 3 big drives in the fourth quarter, and their quarterback, their rookie quarterback, was able to lead them down the field, and everybody made plays. I mean, Gunnar Hill made a play, Chig made a few plays, Calvin Ridley made a play, Iomanner had a catch. Like Tony Pollard was running hard again. We'll see what that does. Like, what Slay's here. Let me go ahead and say that. Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building.
He might have a stick with him, too.
Oh, gotta have one.
So we'll talk about all of the things that put them in that position because they had no business winning that game. But maybe that's why it tastes so sweet. Number one, it was the first one. Number two, they had no business winning that game, and they did. So, stealing victory from the jaws of defeat. But I wanted to ask you, both of you guys, as former athletes, like what does this do? That winning feeling and being able to get over that hump and figure out a way to get it done and win and go in that locker room and celebrate with your boys.
Me personally, I'm thinking like you get an opportunity to breathe. You finally get to breathe. I think when you come back to the table, though, you're saying, hey, man, wash away them first 3 quarters. We have to play like we did in the fourth quarter.
Did you have a wash away toast after the third quarter ended?
No, we need to start. We need to figure out how to have one though. The people have been asking for one too. But I think like you look at it and you say, man, that was a sense of urgency. From everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just Karonsky, not just not Tony Pollard, not just Cam. Everybody had a sense of urgency right there in that moment. And if you can bottle that up, then you got something. That would be the only thing that I'm focusing on if I'm the Titans. Only thing.
But there's something to be said, too, no matter how you got it. I mean, you saw on the Titans' Instagram, it was Cam Ward, Big Jeff, a couple others who they interviewed coming off the field like, hey, win. You saw it in their reaction about how that can completely change mentality, outlook, no matter whether you deserve to win that game or not.
Win is a win.
It's a win. It comes off as a win. It doesn't show it in the record book that, hey, Arizona actually lost this. Doesn't matter. And sometimes that is just the trigger that you need as a team. Offensive line played better.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they did.
Gave Cam time
2 weeks
when
in
he
a row,
needed it.
actually.
You saw what a dog your quarterback is when the game is on the line and you have a chance. And he hit those throws. He engineered the offense in the fourth quarter when he had to, did everything right, mostly everything right, and so all of that can be just a trigger that can help to turn it around. Now, we can be realistic and honest and say this is still a bad roster.
Right.
I mean, this still isn't a good football team, and that's not going to change until you can get a couple more drafts through here, right?
Yes.
But
For sure.
that can change the mentality and just the belief in a room, in a locker room, just by getting that one win. And it can make it a week of prep a lot more fun and a lot easier when you're about to have to go west again.
Yep. That's I think is the biggest thing that you look at it and you got to take the confidence from it. Regardless of whatever it is, man, we won this game. We got one in the victory, 1-0. You know what I mean? Now you move on, and it makes it, when you're looking at it from the fan approach, like we said, the ceiling was 6. Like, okay, now
Okay,
we can get there. We can find a way to
climbing.
get there. Yeah.
Well, then you have a Raiders team this weekend that you have a chance to get another and start stacking wins.
Yeah, we'll see where Bowers is because he means so much to that offense. He did not play against Indianapolis, but we will definitely get to that. But now, to your point, to get to 6 wins, you need to go 5-7.
That's right.
That suddenly seems a little bit more doable. Just when you talk about the increased level of play of the offensive line, they played much better. And Josh Sweat is one of the better rush guys in the entire league, and he had a big game.
Yep.
But it's not like they were playing.
Calais Campbell's a fool as well.
Yeah, 3 sacks coming in.
We do got to say too, man. Like it wasn't a huge impact, but if you give it a week or 2 more, Tyjae Spears is going to make an impact on this offense.
Yes, he will.
At some point, he's going to make an impact on this offense, and it's going to allow a guy like Tony Pollard to remain fresh. Like, I think he should get the ball more, but also those 15 to 20 touches are a lot different when you want to get it, not when you have to get it, if that makes sense to people.
From Easton Freeze per Next Gen Stats, talking about the offensive line, Cam Ward was pressured 10 times on 42 dropbacks in Week 5. That is a 23.8% pressure rate. That's the lowest pressure rate of the season for the Titans after posting a 44% pressure rate in the first 4 weeks. Cardinals pass rush recorded their lowest pressure rate of the season yesterday. From Next Gen Stats, this as well. The Titans had an average win percentage of 12.1% during this game. That's the lowest average win probability in a win in the Next Gen Stats era, which goes back to 2016.
That's all right.
Cam Ward, 21 of 39, 265 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Again, threw for 193 yards in the fourth quarter. Tony Pollard, 14 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Had a big run late in that last drive to put them in really manageable field goal percentage. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, had that field goal been any longer than 29 yards,
it wasn't going.
It wasn't going through.
He's having a rough time right now.
What is going on with Joey Slye?
I don't know. That's rough right now, though.
Hey, maybe that one
that's
is it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the same as the locker room that you the switch can flip and maybe he just needed that confidence and belief of hitting one.
Funny story for me. Zeph texted us, "Oh my," when Slye hit the field goal, but he texted it before I saw the field goal.
So you didn't know if it was good or not.
So he was lining up. So when he wrote, "Oh my," I'm like, damn, I bet he missed it.
Yep.
And then when it came off going to the right, I was like, did he miss it? And you know how I knew that he made it? The Arizona mascot dropped to the ground and put his hands over his head before the officials marked it good. So that's how I knew. The Arizona Cardinal mascot told me.
Good position there by the mascot.
Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions, 131 yards, 2 big catches in the fourth quarter. One on the sideline where he beat his man on man-to-man covers, no safety up. The one across the middle, though, that was a dime, and he caught it because we've seen that throw. That same exact route.
That exact throw.
Where he's dropped
it.
Yep. That was a huge catch.
A couple of times, actually.
Yes, yes. He played like wide receiver 1 down that stretch. He played like wide receiver 1. It wasn't nowhere else I wanted him to go with that ball, but right there. That's what we talked about coming out of Thursday and Friday, all last week. Like what had to be done, that connection between him and Calvin Ridley had to get on point.
Yep.
You got no choice. You get paid like a wide receiver 1. You have to perform because if you don't, that means the drop-off and what you got to – that means Alec Ayomana got to play like a wide receiver 1 or Van Jefferson or Lockett. They've never been wide receiver ones.
They are not wide receiver ones.
For a reason. You know what I'm saying? So
They might not be twos.
I mean, it's just is what it is.
Right.
Until we get to where we are.
I've learned to just combine the
AKA the draft.
I've learned to combine the Chig and Gunnar Helm stats into a tight end production stat, basically, because they basically give you the same thing. Both guys give you the same thing.
Did you chart drops?
Gunnar had one big one. I know that.
A huge one.
Yeah, he knew it too. As soon as he turned around, like, God.
They ended up being okay after that.
Lockett had a big one.
Yep. Chig and Gunnar Helm, 8 receptions, 82 yards combined. Cedric Gray led the team with 12 tackles. He led the team in tackles again. That's 2 weeks in a row. He also had a tackle for a loss. Big Jeff, as we mentioned, absolutely dominant. 8 tackles, 100 sacks. That would be a record. 1.5 sacks, a tackle for a loss, 2 quarterback hits. Sebastian Joseph Day next to Big Jeff. 5 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for a loss, and a quarterback hit. They were working well off each other. Now throw T. Sweat back in there, and we'll see.
Please.
Get Latham back on the offensive line, which it looks like he will be back this week against the Raiders, and get T. Sweat back in a couple of weeks and see where we are with these guys. Jim DK, 65-yard kickoff return. He now leads the NFL in all-purpose yardage.
That man there is itching to take one to the house, too. He itching.
I mean, itching.
Yeah. I love it.
It looked like when he turned that corner on the left, on the near side, it looked like he was accelerating, and then he saw a couple guys down there, and he was like, crap, I'm just going to run through them. I'm just going to run through them. Get what I can get.
I'm with it.
Get what I can get.
We'll take it all day long.
And take it all day long. After giving up 15 sacks in the first 3 games, the Titans have given up just 4 in the last 2 weeks. And, again, they may get Latham back this week. How big would that be to get J.C. Latham back in there?
Especially with maybe I'm scared to say it, but
momentum?
maybe a little bit of progress too on the line. I know you're looking at me like but I'm scared to say it because we know how quickly it can turn back to bad. So that is a part of it. But now then maybe you add Latham back and Bo Hardegree has another game of play calling under his belt and maybe a little more comfortable. You got some confidence. I mean, I'm not trying to be ultra positive or anything here. That's very out of my character, but just saying.
You ain't wrong, Babs. Like,
I think he can be.
Give me our starters.
Right.
Our starters.
And let me see what that looks like.
Let's go play anywhere. I don't care what we play.
You said that last week.
Just give me our starters. Just give me them.
Because, I mean, with Brian Callahan giving up play calling or being told to give up play calling.
I love how every time you say that, you correct yourself.
Because I know.
Just to make sure everybody
knows. There's no way he
knows.
didn't want to call plays.
There's no way.
He looks kind of lost on the sideline. You know he wants to be calling plays.
Yeah.
You know he wants to.
That's his wheelhouse.
But he has no more rope, right? So, it's what we've said when that decision was made. Like, he's got to win games. Does he have the roster to win games? And you keep pointing to he needs Latham, he needs T. Sweat. Let's see what they got with those 2 guys come back. Still not a great roster, but you're really depleted without those 2 dudes in the front 7 because that's where football games are won. And those are 2 of their
especially in the NFL.
That's right. Let's talk a little college football when we come back. We've got Florida with the big win.
Yes.
They needed it. We've got what in the world is going on with Penn State?
That's what I was going to say. I'm like
24-point underdog.
Number 1, Penn
favorite.
State.
So UCLA, did y'all know this?
That was my choking noise, by the way.
UCLA is the first 0-4 team to beat a top 10 team since 1985. 40 years. 40 years. We'll talk Vandy, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas coming up this weekend. Chris Lowe from On3.com next as we continue to broadcast live from the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament at West Haven Country Club in Franklin. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com.
Sometimes it is time to upgrade things in your home, and that could be your windows and your doors. And Pella is who you need to call. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. The absolute best. I can tell you that because I have used them numerous times now. In my rental property, we had to do all of our windows and doors in that, and that entire process was amazing. And then over the summer, I would have bugs crawling into my windows in my home, little tiny bugs. And so it was time to replace replace those windows as well. And Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville was the absolute best to work with. From Brittany, who handled my order and all of that, to the installation, to the after installation, haven't had any issues at all, and they're the best. And they let me now give you a Dawn deal. So for the month of October, this is a good one, 50% off qualifying installations and 0% APR for 48 months. Plus, on top of that, they're celebrating 100 years in business, so you get $100 off each window or door that you order. Schedule a free consultation, have them come out, give you a quote, check it all out, tell them to give you the Dawn deal, and you can easily do that online. Here's your website, PellaNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame Golf Tournament, TSHF.com. You're a member.
I am, man.
Distinguished gentleman.
I told them they left the door open. I was coming in.
I mean, when they cracked the door, busted
Oh,
down.
man.
3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. And we've got some games coming up this weekend. Alabama at Missouri. Alabama a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Washington State at number 4, Ole Miss. Ole Miss by 32.5.
Ole Miss versus who?
Washington State.
That is a monster line.
Humongous, dog.
I mean, pride of the Pac-12. There are 2 of them right now until they go to the All-State Conference next year. Number 6, Oklahoma at Texas. Texas a 2.5-point favorite because John Mateer's not playing. Arkansas at number 12, Tennessee. Tennessee up to a 13.5-point favorite. It opened at 12.5. Florida at number 5, Texas A&M. Aggies by 7.5 at home. They are undefeated. Georgia, number 10, at Auburn. Georgia by 3.5. South Carolina at number 11, LSU. We got to talk about LSU and what's going on there. LSU, a 9.5-point favorite. Chris Lowe joins us now from on3.com at CeeLo FB on X. We're going to give him a second, is what Ross just told me. So I will continue. Number 1, Ohio State at number 17, Illinois. Ohio State favored by 14.5. Indiana at number 3, Oregon. Is your husband going to the game?
No, I think he's going to a game. I think he's going to Notre Dame.
Oh, he is. Yeah, it's NC State, Notre Dame, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he is, that's
so
right.
he grew up going to Notre Dame games because he grew up right there
Pick
next
one
to
a year
Notre
or
Dame.
something
Yeah.
to go on?
Yep.
Is he thinking it?
I forgot where he was going. He's going to a game somewhere.
You're out of town anyway.
It's not my game.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Somebody else's game.
Is he afraid that Indiana's going to get housed?
No,
by a
not
good
at all.
team?
Listen, IU
What's the spread? 18?
No, 7.5.
Oh, okay.
7.5.
IU people are all they feel really good about their team.
They
I know
played
they
2
had
good teams
some-
last year, and they got housed by both of them.
I know they had
First
some stub their toe a bit, but
They're better this year, though.
listen, Mendoza,
Mendoza's good.
he's legit. I love that dude. Do you remember I came back from Cal talking about him, and I was like, you guys, he's a character. He's kind of like a cartoon character, like the nicest guy ever, and is so like happy-go-lucky
saw-
and friendly. And
I
mean,
saw
it's weird.
I saw a mock draft for 2026 that had him number 1,
Really?
Mendoza.
It's going to be interesting, dog. I can't wait for the pregame press conference and the postgame with Dan Lanning
Oh yeah.
versus Signetti.
Oh, it's great.
Give me that. Give me that
They're
all
going to be talking
day.
all week.
Yes.
Somebody's going to say something that's going to lead to the other guy
promise you.
saying something.
I need to know what the speech is in the locker room.
Yeah, they
before
can't
I
And
help the
Lanning's
show.
going to be like super positive,
Yep.
and Signetti's just going to rip it
Yep.
down.
Yep.
Number 15, Michigan at USC. USC unranked, but a favorite by 2.5 in that game. Missouri State at MTSU. By the way, we will be broadcasting live Wednesday from the Grove in Murfreesboro from 3 until 6 o'clock. MTSU hosting Missouri State.
Thanks for
Is
that
this the
update.
first you're hearing about this?
Good update right
Yeah,
I tried to get that game, by the way. It's on ESPN, right? Or 2 or
ESPN 2?
yep.
It
That's
is.
dope.
It
I
is.
try. I'm like, hey, I live right here. Come on.
That's
Be
it.
easy.
Missouri State a 2.5-point favorite in that game. 6:30 ESPN 2. We will be broadcasting live from the Grove 3 until 6 o'clock. Tennessee Tech at Charleston Southern. Tennessee Tech, y'all 5-0. They won again. They scored 66 points.
Putting that thing up.
They're not just winning, they're winning big. And if I can find my notes. I don't need to find my notes because there they are.
CeeLo's here.
Tennessee Tech is 5-0 following their 66-20 win over Western Illinois. Tech quarterback Kekoa Vesperis threw for 358 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
He also had 73 yards rushing, so 431 of total offense. They are at Charleston Southern, who's 1-5. So Tennessee Tech's going to keep it rolling, trying to get to 6-0. Chris Lowe from On3.com joins us now. Chris, what's up? How are you?
I'm great. We sort of near the halfway point in college football, or right at the
that
halfway
crazy?
point anyway.
It's flown by.
Well, and it's crazy, too, because, as you say, we're getting near the halfway point. Preseason number 1, Texas. Number 2, Penn State. And number 4, Clemson. Chris, are combined 8-7. What do we do with this?
Yeah, none of the 3 ranked at this point. How about that?
That's
And
right.
It's, so remember that the next time you get all fans get all upset about their teams not being ranked high enough in the preseason poll. It don't matter.
Well, let's start with Penn State, Chris. I mean, a 24-point favorite to UCLA, and coaches all the time say, don't let one loss turn into two. Is that what happened?
I don't know. It looked like it. Penn State just did. Looks like they checked out when the game started. Now, they showed some life toward the end, but all that aside, it doesn't. Even if they had checked out, they're a much, much better, more talented football team than UCLA. That game should have never been close. It really shouldn't. So it makes you wonder. I mean, the fairest criticism to me is, are those players, coming off a tough loss to a really good football team? Oregon's a good football team. Are they responding at all to the staff, to James Franklin and the staff? Because you're Penn State. You just lost a tough game to a top 5 team. You're right in the middle still, right in the very middle of the playoff chase. Really still on the inside looking out. And then you go out to UCLA and you lose to a bad football team, a really bad football team. And then on top of it, and I just tweeted something about this. I don't know about you guys. I'm sick and tired of hearing about travel, about having to. I mean, it's like no one thought about this when the Big Ten added the 4 West Coast teams.
Lincoln Riley's been complaining. Like, yeah.
Franklin said something. I mean, come on. I mean, everyone knew. You guys knew. We knew. Chancellors knew. Coaches knew. It was going to make road trips longer, make them harder. I mean, that was common sense. So now all of a sudden it's an issue. It's a problem. I mean, no one was complaining about the extra money that these schools were going to add to their pocketbooks when the Big Ten added these teams. And now you're starting to hear all this talk about, well, that's tough to fly all the way across the country and play a football game. You had a game the week before. Give me a break. I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
Where do you want to go next? You want to go to Gainesville? We talked all week about Florida's going to jump up and bite somebody. All they need to do is play a clean game, and they did, man.
Gator came out.
Yeah. Speaking of bellyache, I got to fly all the way across the country to Oregon this week, man. I got an early flight. I'm going to complain and grumble about it. I got to fly into Portland, drive down to Eugene. So I'm doing exactly what I was getting on people saying a minute ago. But now I'm looking forward to it.
How could you do it, Lo? Like, this got to be the most difficult job on earth. Like,
I'm going to find there's some famous brewery there on the water. Somebody's told me about, and I'll think about you in spirit.
Please, please do.
But no, I'm looking forward to it. I was counting. Our old friend Jimmy Stanton now is out in Oregon, and I was talking to Jimmy last week, and I counted in the Power 4 schools that I had not been to see a football game. And Oregon was one of about 9 or 10 for me that I had not been to. And I'm looking forward to checking that one off the list and being there for the game. And I'm going to get a chance to sit down with Dan Lanning. That's a really good football team. And I know people are going to have him at the top of their list going forward when coach searches come up at big schools. I know he's not necessarily from Oregon. He didn't grow up out on the West Coast, all that, but he's got everything he needs there to win at a high level. He really does. They're in the Big Ten now. They've got resources galore. You got Phil Knight money behind you. They have recruited and played the NIL game very well at Oregon. I don't know, if Alabama comes open, if Georgia comes open, if Ohio State comes open. I guess probably all the schools are going to call Dan. To me, he would be my first or second call if I were an AD. But boy, I don't know that I'll leave. I think he's got it going right now, and I don't really see that you would want to leave or any reason to leave.
Is Dan Lanning the kind of guy that would jump to the NFL or explore that option?
Maybe. That in fact, if that may be the more likely jump for him if he does leave. I mean, listen, they still got to win a national title. They still got to get to that point. He hadn't done that yet. They were in the playoff last year, and they were a really, really good football team. This year, I think when you look around the country, I think we all would agree there's just not I don't see one or two dominant teams in college football. One team that I say is right here above everybody else, or even two teams. So I think this year may be as good a chance as any. Of course, we're doing what everybody else has done to Indiana right now. I haven't mentioned one word about Kirk Cimenti, the job he's done in Indiana. Yeah. I mean, you guys all had this being a game, right, that game day was at and would trump the Red River Showdown. No one's talking about Texas and Oklahoma. They're talking about Indiana and Oregon. So, no, I look forward to it. I think the Big Ten is really good. I don't know that – I think the Big Ten might be a little bit better at the very top this year than the SEC. Not a whole lot better, but a little bit better. But I don't think the Big Ten is as deep down through teams 9, 10, and 11 as the SEC is this year.
Chris Lowe with us from On3.com at CLow FB.
Lowe, this Florida-Texas matchup, we were posed a question over here, man. Who did you learn more about in this situation, Florida or who Texas is not?
Well, listen, I'm going to pull Babe Ruth here and remind everybody that I called my shot last week on this game.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
So I'll just sort of clear my throat on that one. But no, Slay, I know a lot of people have had a lot of questions about Billy Napier, what he is or what he isn't. The one thing that's, to me, not debatable is that he never lost his team last year. Yep. He never lost his locker room. And you sort of saw that against Saturday, that they came to play. The defense has been stellar all year long.
Yeah.
They just have been so bad on offense. So to me, it says, because Florida's still a tough place to play. It's not like you're going and playing a high school. It's not like they don't have good athletes. So the fact that Texas lost that game, I think a lot of schools could have lost that game. To me, it says more about Florida that they were able to get it back. They had some time off. Maybe Lagway's a little healthier. Maybe figured out a few things on offense. But I got news for everybody. If you play Florida the rest of the way, you're going to go up against a really hard, tough defense. And if Florida can put some things together and continue to grow on offense, they're going to be a tough out for people going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had 6 sacks on Arch Manning. To Slay's point, what is Texas?
I think Texas is probably in a barrel with a lot of teams in the league right now. There's a lot of teams that look a lot alike to me. Some of them maybe a little bit better. Some of them, but a lot that are at least similar. And I would say they're in a barrel with about, 7 or 8 other teams that are pretty close. I mean, look at Tennessee, for instance. Tennessee has lost one football game, and that was in overtime. Tough loss that they easily could have won. But then they won another one in overtime on the road. So you can look at Tennessee, well, gosh, they should be 2-0 in the league. Or you could say they could easily be 0-2.
That is true.
So I guess my point is that I think it's pretty – that line is pretty thin between a lot of these teams. Florida, Texas, Missouri's had a much more manageable schedule than everybody. Mm-hmm. Alabama loses to Florida State. They played a lot better the rest of the way. Vandy dominates South Carolina in the second half. They turn the football over in the red zone against Alabama and get beat. Georgia loses to Alabama at home, first time in 33 games. It just seems all over the place in this league, and I think a lot of teams are pretty close. What do we see from Oklahoma? You guys asked me about Texas. So what about Oklahoma without Mateer against Texas this week? I mean, think about if Oklahoma doesn't win that game, how that sort of changes the complexion of the season for them. I don't know. I mean, by most seasons by this time, I could have told you that Team A and Team B are the two best teams in the SEC. I can't answer that right now.
Right.
It's crazy.
It is.
Well, Bama Vandy, then that brings that right to the forefront, right? With who's at the top of the SEC, and man, Pavia lost his swagger a little bit there in that game. What did you take away from it?
Yeah, Slay, I hung out with Johnny Football Friday night, and that whole game, my eyes were like about half shut on Saturday. So that's the indication.
Did you really hang out with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
John, I'm 60.
I'm like, there'd be some great stories if you did.
You think I could hang like that at 60? No, not a chance, man.
CeeLo, I've seen you at SEC Media Days. I think you can hang.
Hey, he was there, had the shades on, had the Pavia jersey. He followed through. Johnny Football was on the sideline. You know, mixing it up with Alabama fans, a few choice words. I'm sure you have a hard time believing that. But, you know, Pavia didn't play his best game. That's obvious. You know, he turned the ball over twice in the red zone, and that's really uncharacteristic of him. I thought Vandy as a team, though, hung in there pretty well, to be honest with you. They did not look physically mismatched. They look like they belong on that field with Alabama. Ty Simpson played great. Mm-hmm. He's playing great football right now. I think if ifs and buts, if you take those two red zone, if you just kick field goals on each of those red zone possessions where Diego turned the ball over, that's a much different game. That's anybody's game in the last 3-4 minutes of the game. And so that's, I don't think those two teams are that far off. It was at Alabama. I had a coach from Alabama grab me on the field right after the game, and he was just saying, he was pointing to Vandy. He said, that team's going to win a lot more games this year. Yep. That is a tough football team. And you know what? I agree with him. I don't think Vandy was a flash in the pan in his first 5 games. I think they're going to win some more games, and I think they're going to factor in. I don't think they're going to win the SEC, but I certainly think they're going to factor into who wins it.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. Brad Powers is one of the Vegas guys that we pay attention to, and he said that coming out of the Vanderbilt-Alabama game, despite the loss for Vanderbilt, he increased their power number in his rankings. One thing that drove me a little crazy from a Vanderbilt standpoint is Vanderbilt ran the ball with their 3 running backs 6 times for 78 yards. And I said last week, like, what happens in this game is Cedric Alexander goes 60 yards for a touchdown on the first drive, and he did. He went 65 yards. But they only 5 more carries in the entire game from their running backs. That kind of baffled me because Alabama statistically going into that football game near the bottom in every rushing defensive analytic statistic.
Yeah, I think some of it had to do. Alabama tried to change some things on defense to try to take that away because Vandy had 113 yards rushing in the first quarter,
and then went completely away from it.
I think 22 the whole game after that. Now, 60 something was on Cedric's run, and I think Diego had like a 30-some yard run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But you're right; they did not get much of anything out of the run game from the running backs other than Cedric's long touchdown run. And I don't know if that had more to do with what Alabama was doing. There were a couple times that they really tried to get Diego involved in the run game, and Bama was having none of that. They bottled him up completely, except for that one 30-plus yard run. And Vandy just never got any rhythm. I thought the game changed. The turnovers in the red zone were obviously crippling. Mm-hmm. But to me, that game changed when Vandy went and scored, made a 14-7 game without a minute and 30 to play in the half, and just left too much time on the clock. And then Ty Simpson and Bama goes bam, 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 and scores to make that a 14 game going in the half. Remember, Vandy was getting the ball.
It sure was.
I just got a feeling if Vandy goes into the half up 14-7, Bama doesn't score, it gets
with
the
football. Yeah.
It looks a lot different. But I thought that's where the game really changed right before the half.
Simpson was so good. 23 of 31, 340 and 2 touchdowns. Jam Miller
back. We don't vote for the Heisman right now. We don't vote for the Heisman right now, obviously. It's like saying who's going to win a 100-meter dash at 50 or 60-meter mark. But Simpson would get my vote. I think he's been as good as anybody in football.
While we've got you real quick, what are your thoughts on Tennessee with the week off? Now they get the revenge game against Arkansas. Sam Pittman has been let go. Shake up on the defensive staff. How do you look at that game?
Oh, I'd be Petrino on the sideline for it. You guys certainly called this 10 years ago, right?
He was on the way back the whole time.
Back at Arkansas.
They got T-shirts. I guess I can say this on the radio. They got T-shirts they printed up there in Arkansas, Bobby, MF, and Petrino.
Oh, boy.
And I've tried to see if someone will send me one of those. So if I get some, I'll send them your all's way. I think Tennessee got the bye week at a good time for them, coming off a tough physical game. They won an OT. They're going to get David Hobbs back on the defensive line, which is big. Because they were playing too many. They were playing those defensive line. I was talking to Rodney Garner Friday night. They were playing those guys way too many snaps against Georgia up front. And now, Jackson Moore played some last week. He should be even better. And you get David Hobbs back. So 2 interior linemen that you're going to be able to plug back into that rotation, I think makes a big difference for Tennessee. Arkansas will test Tennessee. Taylor Green is really good. He can throw the football. He's a guy that you just cannot let him get loose because he is really good in the open field. Tennessee's been a little bit iffy and giving up big plays. Jamon McCoy is still not ready to play. So you're going to go with pretty much the same lineup there in the secondary. So Tennessee's better. Arkansas's been awful on defense. They really have. And I don't know, even with Petrino back, how much of a difference he can make on the defensive side of the ball. So I think that Tennessee, to me, goes into this month in a pretty good position. And, they've got 2 games at home, 2 games on the road. I like the way they responded. It was, again, you got to win those kinds of games on the road in the SEC against Mississippi State. They get 2 defensive touchdowns. So they've shown they can be resourceful. I know Josh wants to see them continue to grow on offense, and be even more consistent, and then not give up as many big plays on defense. I think those are the 2 areas where if Tennessee continues to grow in, I think they've still got a great chance to be a playoff team.
Chris, are we crazy to think the Fighting Don Davenports can make that a 4-quarter game and go down to the wire against Georgia?
No.
Yeah.
In fact, this is my second shot in 2 weeks I'm calling. Auburn beats Georgia this weekend. There you go.
What, CeeLo?
I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you.
Let's go.
It just has that.
I think
it just
Slay
has
may
that
be there
feel
too.
about it. It just has that feel about it. This game, Georgia. Even the last couple of years, I don't know about last year. 2 years ago, remember when Georgia went to Auburn? Auburn was a really average to below average football team, and Auburn should have won that game. They ran for 220 yards. Brock Bowers made just play after play on the drive late in the game that put Georgia ahead. That game. This game, typically when it's played in the Plains, on the Plains, has been pretty close. I think this is I won't say desperate, but it's an Auburn football team that knows, and a coaching staff that knows from Hugh on down, that they got to start playing better football, and that they need a game like this. So I don't know. It's just that line was weird when I saw it. I don't know about you guys. It was 3.5 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Dawn. So that's your hope for the rest of this week. I was right last week.
I love it,
For your
CeeLo.
sake, I hope I'm right 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I hope that offensive line gets it together off of this bye week.
Yeah, I think Jackson Arnold. Number one, I think that's a lot. That has a lot to do with Oklahoma's defense, their ability to get after the quarterback. But I also think what you just said, Dawn. But I think Jackson Arnold's ability to run the football is going to give Georgia problems. So we'll see.
Well,
Georgia can't
Auburn's
get after the quarterback either. So there's that.
Yeah, Auburn's defense has been really good. So I mean, sometimes when teams struggle on the offensive side of the ball, they can't protect. We forget what's happening on defense. I think Auburn's defense is going to be good enough to keep them just about every game they play. And I would not be surprised to see them really get after Gunnar Stockton and see if they can absolutely make him win the football game and put it all on his shoulders and just not let Georgia run it.
Love it, Chris. Thank you for the visit, man. We'll have a great week. We appreciate
it low.
All right, WDE, Don.
War Damn Eagle, Chris. I love that prediction.
Chris
Let's go.
Lowe from On3.com. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. We'll talk more about the Titans. Also some local college football tidbits for you when we come back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Brentwood Jewelry is where you need to head to when you're looking for some style. And if it's exceptional, then they got it for you. And also the deals. They fall right in that same category as being exceptional. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Slide on in there. Tell them Big Slay told you to come over there. 3HL told you to come over there and watch exactly what Brandon and the Omamali family do. They're going to take care of you, man. Just like family. It's family-owned, family-ran, and it don't get better than that. Over 50 years of doing it, and guess what? They probably serve the community and will continue doing it. Whether it's engagements, whether it's watches, whether it's bracelets, earrings, whatever you're looking for. Maybe you got a graduation or a birthday coming up. You know, Christmas is around the corner. People like to give out gifts. Just saying, make it real easy for yourself to go by there. Go and just, see what they got. I promise you. You won't come out empty-handed. I can guarantee you that. Hey, I'm telling you also for the guys out there, they got watches. Yep. They are the premier timepiece dealer right here in Brentwood. So, handle that. BrentwoodJewelry.com is where you need to go.
3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay with you until 6 o'clock. We'll talk a lot about the Titans, obviously, in the 5 o'clock hour. A couple strange stories out there. Former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez facing a felony battery charge over an altercation with a 69-year-old truck driver in Indianapolis on Saturday. He was in town to call the game, Colts and Raiders. Got into an altercation reportedly. He ended up stabbed and in critical condition, but he's been charged with a felony. Punishment can range from 1 to 6 years in prison. They're still investigating the incident. More charges could come.
That's great.
I read
Crazy
the
story.
entire.
Like the TMZ story?
No, the
Police report?
police report.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You guys, it is crazy. It's so bizarre.
So out of
Like,
character.
was Sanchez on drugs
Yeah,
on
that-
top of it?
That
I mean,
was my read. You hate to make that assessment, but, I mean.
but there is no explanation for why he went after this guy.
No, drunk guy doesn't do all the things that he allegedly did, I wouldn't think. So that's why they're still investigating it. So
Hey,
It,
we'll see
it
what
almost
happens, but-
reads like an out-of-body experience
Yeah.
for Sanchez. And I just saw TMZ put out, too, that the victim's family is now suing Sanchez.
And Fox.
And Fox?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Did you see the pictures of the guy?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Beat up.
He looked like he'd been
laceration
in a
on
car
his
wreck.
face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the police report reads the laceration on his face was so deep that it cut his tongue. It went through his cheek and cut his tongue.
Golly.
I mean,
Yeah, and so
it's
the guy
crazy. And
reportedly-
he's 69 years old.
He reportedly stabbed Sanchez in self-defense, and Sanchez ended up in the hospital in critical condition.
I tell you
With a
what,
stab
Sanchez
wound.
is pretty lucky that guy didn't have a gun on
That's
him.
what I was
He would
gonna
be
say.
gone.
Truck drivers, you don't want listen. Truck drivers are on the road all the time.
Yep.
That's one person you don't want to play. They prepared for anything.
Well, and what if he stabs him and he gets him in the heart? I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he was in critical condition when
Yeah.
Sanchez was when he was taken in the hospital.
Strange story number 2 from Diana Rossini. 49ers
Bizarre.
quarterback Mac Jones said that he was on his balcony at the team hotel in Maria del Rey when he looked out into the water and saw a dead body floating in the water. Hours later, Jones threw for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns in a win over the Rams.
Hey,
What a way to start the day.
It get wild out there, man. Venice Beach. When we went out there when I was a teenager, we went out there on a high school trip, and that was the first time we seen a dead body.
Venice Beach?
Venice Beach, over there on the rocks,
like
just
the movie
chilling. It was
Stand
like
By
he was
Me,
laying down.
just
I guess he just
different.
passed away or something. We like, I think dude dead, and he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh at it, but
That's
the way
what it
that you
was.
told that story was
I'm telling you,
Really
man,
funny.
it was crazy, man. Pearl Cone, baby.
Man.
Five birds.
I think that's a dead body.
Yeah, it
Sound like
was.
the movie Stand By Me.
Yeah, and it was.
Number 23, Memphis is 6-0 following their 45-7 win over Tulsa. Quarterback Brandon Lewis had 4 touchdowns. He's the transfer from Colorado, then Nevada. Sorry, Babs. The Tigers play at 2-3 UAB on Saturday. Austin Peay 4-2 after a 44-30 win over previously unbeaten West Georgia. Governor's quarterback Chris Parson, man, he's fun to watch. Has been really good this year. He was 16 of 26, 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns. So Parson, the Austin Peay quarterback, with 5 scores against previously undefeated 5-0 West Georgia. Austin Peay plays at Eastern Kentucky on Saturday at 5 o'clock. And Eastern Illinois beat TSU 31-7. Tigers have lost 4 in a row. They need a win. They
Come
go
on,
to
Tigers.
Southeast Missouri on Saturday at 3 o'clock. I already told you about Tennessee Tech. So there you go. When we come back, 5 o'clock hour, college football.
Let's go, baby.
But we're going to dive into that crazy A Titans win in Arizona. That's next. If you want in, 615-737-1045, or you can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
3HL broadcasting live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. 615-737-1045. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com.
All right. Honesty means everything, especially when you're buying a vehicle. And that is why I buy my new Fords from Two Rivers Ford. Or I should say our family buys our Fords from Two Rivers Fords. Two Rivers Ford has real deals. And what do I mean by that? At Two Rivers Ford, the best price is clearly marked on their website or their window sticker. You don't have to fill out some form with your info to get the best price. You actually don't need to do anything because unlike other dealers, Two Rivers Ford never adds accessory prices or service plans attached on in order for you to get the best deal. At Two Rivers Ford, the best clearly marked price, always available, always accessible, and always real. And if you want extra accessories or warranties, you can request to purchase them and have them put on your vehicle. Honesty, always the policy at Two Rivers Ford, which is why they are the South's most trusted Ford dealer. So for best price and a real deal, go see my friends at Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet. Visit them online, tworiversford.com, or just call their non-commissioned sales team toll free 1-800-900-1000.
We've also got some incredible Big Jeff stats for you when we come back. You're going to want to hear all this. I mean, and when I say all this, all this. I've got an important message from our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. BDIL 615-242-9000 is their number. Some lawyers chase ambulances. They'll do anything to get your attention, but not Blair Durham and his team. If someone calls you after a wreck, they're breaking the law. That's right. There are lawyers out there that are breaking the law. Marine veteran Blair and the team at Bart Durham Injury Law do not play those games. BDIL 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. When you make that call, they answer. They're local, trusted, and ready to fight for you. No gimmicks, just a team that is on your side from the start. Get this number into your phone, 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. If you or someone you love is ever in a wreck, remember Blair's number, or even better, put it in your phone. That way you don't have to remember anything. Just remember to go in your phone and get Blair's number. 615-242-9000 is the number, 615-242-9000. Local, trusted, and ready to fight for you. Bart Durham Injury Law, Blair Durham and his team ready to help you. 615-242-9000.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. I'm Joe Spadano, live from the West Haven Golf Club in Franklin. The Titans are celebrating their first victory Monday of the season after the 22-21 walk-off win over the Cardinals. Brian Callahan met with the media earlier today to discuss the win, saying that it's just one win and we want to stack games and win more. No one is satisfied. In NFL news today, Colts kicker Spencer Strader set to miss the remainder of the season with a knee injury suffered against the Raiders. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson suffered a torn ACL and will miss the rest of the season. And Chargers plan to place rookie running back O'Marion Hampton on IR with an ankle injury. They are now down their top 2 running backs, with Najee Harris already set to miss the season. Monday Night Football wraps up Week 5 tonight as the Jags host the Chiefs. Kickoffs at 7:15. You can catch the Westwood One call of the game right here on The Zone following the Brian Callahan Show. For our Foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The Evan and Bank chat is open. That is the voice of one Don Davenport.
What up?
Babsy.
Happy Victory Monday.
Victory Monday.
That is not bunk.
They're not bunk at all.
No Titanoscopy today. We are Titanoscopy free for the first time in all season.
Eat what you want.
So good.
I don't know what that means.
It was okay to eat after midnight.
Oh, okay. Drink the jug.
Yeah.
Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building. Let's roll, baby.
The Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament at West Haven Country Club in Franklin. I wonder what the low score is. Did we go below like 52?
Well, we wouldn't.
Because some of the best fiction writing out there occurs at golf tournaments.
Oh, absolutely. Supposed to. Like, you control your own destiny.
I'll tell you.
What, you're saying people cheat?
No, you just.
That is the complete opposite of the game of golf.
Buy some mulligans, man.
No, the game of golf.
Mulligans.
Listen, a charity golf tournament has nothing to do with the game of golf. There's a lot of smoking cigars. There's a lot of drinking. Right. And now all these guys are eating pig and pie from our buddy John Hamilton.
Yeah, putting it
who
down.
I just yelled.
I just heard Mayor, yeah.
During Zeph's update, I yelled at John to save us some.
Got to save us some.
He told me he already put the wings up. What are we doing?
That's good. Put them up for us.
Oh, is that what he meant?
I had to be. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Titans pull off one of the craziest comebacks in NFL history, winning in Arizona with a Joey Sly, sneaker inside that upright 29-yard field goal as the clock strikes zeros. Final score 22-21 Titans. Cam Ward in the first 3 quarters, 8 of 21, 38%, 72 yards. An interception. In quarter number 4, Cam Ward, 13 of 18, which is 72.2%, 193 yards, and the Titans scored 16 points and won the football game. What is the biggest takeaway? Because clearly they're a bad team, and lipstick on a pig kind of thing, but you take a win no matter what in sports, right? Like, it's hard to get wins, especially when you're a bad football team.
Yeah.
So Arizona gave them all these opportunities, and they took advantage of it. What is the biggest takeaway? Is it the rookie quarterback when the money was out there, when the lights were on, when everything was on the line, he performed?
For me, it was the balls being caught. Getting excuses out of the way. Forget how Cam's throwing the ball. Is it
talking
too
about
far
late in the
out?
game?
Yeah, late in the game. Like
lots of drops.
Because there were a lot of drops
it was a
in
lot.
the first
It was a
3,
lot.
yeah.
And we
ugly.
kept saying, though, like, when we were waiting on your primetime receiver to get out of his slump.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the win as overall as a team and what that can lead to. Imagine what that can lead to for Calvin Ridley, too. You know what I mean? The one that he went on the post and stretched out across the middle, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
The one when he burnt his defender and put his hand up when he was
36-yarder?
Yeah, that's what we had saw 2 years ago.
Like, give me the damn ball.
Like my hands up. We even. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Put that ball up there, put it in a perfect spot.
You mean like a number 1 receiver should do?
You know what I'm saying?
That?
And imagine this, Babs. When we first saw him, when he first arrived, we hadn't seen what a wide receiver was supposed to look like since A.J. Brown. Now, A.J. Brown was more of a contact, physical type of guy, but Calvin Ridley, we were able to see him pull away and leave from guys. And now that was the opportunity that we've been looking for. Him leaving a guy, him making a catch, a big-time catch, knowing where he was on the field, then getting out of bounds, and you saw the relief on Cam. Because remember
His
last
reaction
week,
to that play was gold.
but last week, remember, and the week before that, we were saying, man, is he starting to look more? Remember, I was talking to Coach Sale and was like, hey, man, is he going away from Calvin Ridley now, and looking for Eli Ayamana more? But the main thing was, now you just built my confidence back in you.
Yeah.
Put the ball up there and let him go get it. So that's the biggest thing for me.
There are a bunch of takeaways. That's definitely one of them. It's almost like like when you're a little kid and you get a toy for your birthday or something, and you're like really excited about the toy and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, you can't find batteries.
Yeah,
Well, we got to go to the store, go get batteries.
Forgot to need the batteries.
He almost was like the kid that had the toy that didn't work, and now the toy worked. Like mom and dad made the toy work.
Yep.
And he was so excited.
So excited. Do you know what else worked
What?
better later in that game? Protection.
Yes,
and,
definitely
and
true.
Cam had the time
Yep.
to be able to be the guy in the fourth quarter. And that was huge. And imagine what that looks like if you get J.C. Latham back.
Yep. And you know what, Babsy, to your point, he started standing there like we saw him
Yes.
early in the preseason. Like, we was like, man, Cam is staring down the barrel. He know people coming after him, but he stayed there. Wasn't happy feet. Wasn't him trying to escape, running all around. He stayed right there in the pocket. Yeah.
Sidearm throw,
This
yeah.
was it. So not only did we see that confidence get built with the receivers, but him knowing that he can stay in there and trust his O-line, he ain't got to run for his life.
From Easton Freeze per Next Gen Stats, Cam Ward was pressured 10 times on 42 dropbacks in Week 5, 23.8% pressure rate. That is the lowest pressure rate of the season that the Titans have put up there after posting a 44% pressure rate in the first 4 weeks, so 23.8 in this game. Cardinals pass rush recorded their lowest pressure rate of the season. We also
I was going to say there is such a huge difference from 48 to 28, whatever it was.
23.8.
23.8. I mean, that is a massive difference.
Almost cut it in half.
You can feel it out
So
there.
first 3 weeks, they've given up 15 sacks. The last 2, 4.
Yeah.
Total.
Big.
So
Are they starting to gel?
fingers crossed, you
Yeah.
get J.C. Latham back for the Raiders.
We're going to need him because Max Crosby will go find something.
We have to, in this first segment, as we reset the Titans storylines, have to point out, Will Lomas put this out there, Zeph forwarded along to us. No defensive tackle has more sacks than Jeffrey Simmons so far this year, 3.5. No defensive tackle has more tackles for a loss than Jeffrey Simmons, 6. No defensive tackle has more solo tackles than Jeffrey Simmons, 16. No defensive tackle has more pressures than Jeffrey Simmons, 10. All pro season so far, #Titans.
Man, salute to him for the work he did in the offseason.
On his body.
Yep.
We came into it like this young man is well conditioned. Like he is playing with a motor at the end of the game exactly the same way as when he comes out at the beginning of the game.
The sad thing is that nationally, not a lot of people are talking about him and what he's doing this year because he doesn't have the support around him defensively, so his numbers are great, but the Titans' defense hasn't looked great at times. And then, the Titans are bad. So that's the other reason
right.
people aren't noticing what a phenomenal season he's having.
I mean, just selfishly from our perspective, I love having a different storyline this week.
Yes.
So needed.
And so now when we talk about and break down the Raiders game, they just got housed by the Indianapolis Colts. Not a very good football team, especially without Brock Bowers. So we'll monitor that little situation, his injury
Danny
situation,
Dimes.
as we go through. Yes, Danny Dimes was phenomenal again. Titans come back from PK. Titans come back from 15 down in the fourth, was their largest in the final period since a 21-point comeback in 2006 to beat the Giants. I think that was the Vince Young rookie year game, if I'm not mistaken. It's just the third time of 15 or more points being down, coming back for a win since the 1970 merger.
Wow.
There's so many crazy stats coming out of this football game and this win for the Tennessee Titans against the Arizona Cardinals. Let's see. Where else can I go with this? The Titans pull off the upset win. We know that. The Titans become the first team to overcome a deficit of at least 18 points and win with a rookie starting quarterback since the New York Giants in 2019 with Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback.
Danny
It
Dimes.
makes sense.
See,
Foster.
both of them. Okay,
Shooter.
up.
Shane Foster. In the
We were
house.
talking, Shane. We were just talking about how you're going to be like 80 and still able to drain them.
Good times, he said.
boy
He's got a
never
handful of
leave.
food, so we may visit with you here in a second.
My guy. My guy. Yeah, love you, bro. Yup.
Oh,
The bag on his head, Arizona Sports.
I mean, can you imagine doing a show in Phoenix today?
No,
Need.
because you
That's
straight handed that game
Well,
to the Titans.
been-
Also, that's 3 losses in a row now for Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2-3. Their only 2 wins have come against Carolina and the Saints.
Yeah.
All 5 of their games are 1-score games.
We play one of them.
And
They-
that's your quarterback.
Yeah,
It is.
I mean,
they've lost the last 3 games by a combined 5 points.
You got to finish. They can't
So
finish.
you saw, and we were talking about it, Cam Ward as a rookie able to finish a game and get a win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge, man. That is huge. The camaraderie, like them understanding what it's going to take. Bottle it up, man. You got to bottle it up and bring it back with you. Get ready to do it again. That's the main thing. You got to do that again. You got to do that again. Fourth quarter, anyway. Not the other part.
All of the craziness that went on. So you had the ball to the face
Yup.
of Kyler Murray. Actually, let's go through this when we come back.
Okay.
Also, we can take your phone calls if you want to react
I
to
wanna
the
hear
Titans
from the people.
win. Yeah,
I need to hear.
615-737-1045. I know some of y'all think like we're not in the studio, we can't take phone calls. Yes, we can, and we would love to hear from you. Get this positive reaction Monday as we broadcast live from West Haven Golf Club in Franklin. 615-737-1045. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. eSpaces.com. I want to talk about my friends over at eSpaces. John Pirtle, President and CEO, and his crew do an incredible job. By the way, we are at West Haven Golf Club, and John Pirtle has been known to absolutely slay this golf course. I've seen him do it. But that's not important here. eSpaces.com is. And if you're looking for space to work, short-term, long-term, whatever you're looking for, meeting space, these are the guys. They've got 15 locations. You can find them online, eSpaces.com. Redefining co-working with exceptional offices for every business. The new Middle Tennessee locations, 2 new ones that give them 15 total. Cool Springs at Corporate Center and Brentwood at City Park. Designed for entrepreneurs, teams, and established professionals, featuring private offices, team suites, meeting rooms, fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check them out? You can easily. Tours available now. Reserve your space early. Visit eSpaces.com. eSpaces.com.
What's happening, good people? Big Slay coming to you with Synergix and Low T Center. They have combined, and this is for you fellas. I know you get the feeling in it, and something's a little bit off. It's not just the signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. It could be low testosterone, draining all the things that make you, you. But it doesn't have to be this way. The solution, you may ask, testosterone replacement therapy at Synergix and Low T Center. Don't take my word for it. Just ask the patients. Guys who started often say TRT completely changed their lives, saved their marriage, or in some cases, saved their life. You don't know what TRT at Synergix and Low T Center can do for you unless you go for the free T-test. Don't let this be another thing you keep putting off. The best you is waiting. Take action and change your life today. You heard it right. It is a free T-test. You understand that? So, women are in there as well. Testosterone replacement therapy, we know what it does for men, but did you know it also benefits the women as well? Get in there, try it. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. TRTMVP.com. Get your appointment today, TRTMVP.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from West Haven Golf Club, the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament. All the golfers are in here eating pig and pie, and it smells incredible. Visiting with Brad Lampley.
Lamp.
Visiting with Dion Grant.
Legendary.
Still in incredible shape.
Come on, man. Man, probably backpedal 15 yards straight right now.
Seriously, one of the, I don't know, 10, 15 biggest plays in Tennessee football history.
It was huge. I remember it, dog. I'm telling you, I told the story to the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. As soon as he went back in and got it, I looked at Isaiah Victor and was like, dude, that's first round. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Round. I was sitting kind of high. I wasn't in the upper deck, but I was high up in the lower level.
Yeah.
And to see where he was and where he ended up, that was a touchdown.
Yeah.
For Florida, and that game is completely different.
Totally different.
The season is completely different.
Yep.
But he comes off his man, goes like he looked like a center fielder tracking down a fly ball.
That's right.
One-handed. Turned that game around.
He did.
Him and Al Wilson with 15 tackles and, what was it, 5.5 tackles for a loss, something ridiculous. 3 caused fumbles, 2 sacks.
It was nuts.
His stat line was ridiculous that game. All right, 615-737-1045 is the number. No Titanoscopy Monday today. It is Victory Monday. Let's go to the phones. James next up on 3HL. James, what's going on?
Let's go. With 17, all they're talking about, Super Bowl 14. We're talking about James Robinson. Let's go.
Thank you, James, for the call. We had a tough time hearing. I don't know if that was him or us. But,
yeah, that was rough right there.
It sounded like his connection.
Ross said his.
He said something about James Robinson, Super Bowl. Was I off?
You might have been on, Babs.
Let's try another one. How's that?
Let's go to Trent next up on 3HL, 615-737-1045. Trent, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
There's Trent.
Hey, Trent.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a diehard Tennessee fan, diehard Titans fan. Well, I'm a little happy here, but I'm not going to keep my hopes up, and I wanted to ask a question. Do you think that we have a chance to go 13-3? I know that's a laugh in the pocket, but
well, I mean, they already have 4 losses, so no would be the answer.
13-3, that's a rough one right there.
But I do appreciate the optimism. Trent. Let's go.
Yeah, what's a good retort to that? We have about as good of a chance of that as Mayor has playing in the NBA.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a good one, Babs. Yeah. I don't think you're going there right now.
I gave up on that dream when I was, I don't know, like 7.
Listen now, Mayor's got a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a good shot. He'll surprise you, but
Babs always says,
his foot is always on the line on the three-pointer. Always.
says
Every
that.
time. I'm telling you.
Every time. Worst shot in basketball.
If you ever play with him, worst shot in basketball. You learn that in 3rd grade. Like, if you're going to take the 3, you sure as heck better make sure your feet are behind that line.
Well, I had a 3-point shootout with the all-time leading 3-point shooter at Belmont history, and so I needed to do what I needed to do. But I did make 6 out of 10 in that deal.
What'd they make?
Darby Maggard, she made 8 or 9. She might have made 9.
Yeah.
Sense.
Who did
she
I
made
do
9.
it with? I did it with a guy.
They need to bring that back then. I want a little bit of that.
There's Ned Michaels, and I just threw a piece of paper at him.
Oh, my gosh, and he just threw it back at me.
You literally
What me, Ned?
You literally just said this. I did it with a guy. That's the only bingo card line that I need today.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I don't remember. How many
I
did you
had
make?
a shootout with a Belmont male basketball player.
And you lost.
I did lose.
So, yeah, they're not going
Who was
14-3 because they already have 4 losses. That's the easy answer.
Yeah. But can this spark perhaps back-to-back wins? Yes, because look at your opponent that you have on Sunday.
Well, the last time, I haven't looked at the score, but I remember the last time they won, the next week they got housed. So, like, you really have to fight through. Like,
Well,
you
that
gotta,
was a long time ago, though.
That was a long time ago. Yes, Babs, that was last year.
I mean, I don't even remember.
But, like, will it be hard to, like, flush this one? Because you got to flush this one just like you would have lost.
The players?
Yeah.
I think you hold on to this one the midweek.
Do you?
Yeah, man. You need all of
Living
it.
Maybe it's not a bad thing that it carries over.
Yeah, now you need it because it's the way it ended. You know what I'm saying? Like that jubilation, that energy right there, you got to carry that through the week. Because like what Bab said, this make practice week a little bit easier.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes all those press conferences easier. It makes the locker room interviews easier.
Those little banged up injuries that you got, the small ones, like it make you be able to get through there. Like, okay, let me sacrifice a little bit more.
Especially because you have an opponent that you can match up with.
You can go get
them,
Yep,
right?
You can go get them.
And helps too when you're now on back-to-back long road trips.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
My analyst for my college football crew, Kirk Morrison, he's also the analyst for the Raiders radio broadcast, and we're going to get him on at some point this week.
Me too.
But anyway, he texted me and was like, "Hey, are the Titans staying out west?" I'm like, "No, they flew home."
Back,
Yeah, so there's a lot of teams that'll stay and just practice out there, so they're not back-to-back week trips far away.
Was it Malarkey that did that?
Yeah.
And then he got fired because he stayed out there for 3 weeks, and then after that, come to find out, the organization was mad that they did that.
Oh, I never heard that.
Been out there for 3 weeks. What were they doing for 3 weeks?
They did.
Well, they had. I remember that.
NBA, that's an
because-
NBA schedule.
And then he got fired.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not why he got fired, but might have added to it.
Yeah.
Are you saying that people have been fired for less?
Listen, man, you don't climb down the ladder to the ground, with just one rung. There are multiple rungs on that thing.
That's true.
Well, there you go.
6-1, unless you're, Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation.
Where's Callahan on the ladder? Did he go up a step by giving up play calling and
wouldn't you hope
having
that,
a team that doesn't quit on you?
That's huge.
Wouldn't you hope that you can make it through the season? Like, wouldn't that be the hope?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's pathetic.
That is, but you got to say the way the start happened.
Come on, Babs. This is Victory Monday, Babs.
Sorry.
We can go back to Terrible Tuesday
Hopefully,
tomorrow.
You need
this
to stack.
win will make it to where I can make it through this season without getting fired.
You got to stack.
Slay say go midweek. With this one.
I'm telling you.
Go midweek with this one.
Till Wednesday, man. Till we get ready to break. And whenever they start breaking down the next team, I ain't giving it up. I definitely ain't giving up on my bye day.
Nah,
my
living
whole
it,
day,
revel.
I'm here. I'm at my favorite
Party.
restaurant ordering food, and hell yeah. I'm showing my face.
615-737-1045. Let's go to Dalton next up on 3HL. Dalton, what's up?
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing today?
Great,
What's up,
Dalton. Thank you.
Hello, I just wanted to ask y'all two separate things. One of them was, did y'all see where the Vikings kicker missed a 51-yard field goal this past weekend because a camera wire deflected the ball, causing it to be missed, and the referees didn't notice that during the game? And also, I wanted to ask, when was the last time that Memphis, Vanderbilt, and Tennessee were all ranked in the top 25?
That's a great question.
Wow.
What a great question.
That is a great question. Listen, man,
I would go with never.
Man.
Oh, come on, Babs.
Memphis, Vandy,
Memphis,
and Tennessee?
Vandy, and Tennessee.
Never's a long word.
Zeph, look it up.
Look it up.
It's got to be a minute, though, y'all.
Oh, it's got to be a minute.
Like a long
Dude,
minute.
I
though.
would say never.
I might be with Babsy.
Because they're
Memphis,
so,
Vanderbilt,
I mean,
Tennessee all ranked in the top 25.
in football.
In football.
Not in basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
In football.
Exactly.
I mean, Vanderbilt's been to bowl games, and they've been ranked every once in a while. I would start with any season.
Yeah, but at
Vanderbilt
that
was ranked
time-
in.
Was Memphis, though, at that time?
I don't know.
No, see, that's the thing.
I don't know, y'all.
Because and also Memphis doesn't get the love
Yep.
that they deserve. Ryan Silverfield has done a hell of a job
You've been on this
with that
trip, yeah.
program.
Been
Yeah,
on
but
this
like
vein.
the last 3 coaches have all been very good for them. They've been good for a
I know
while.
they just built. Yeah, but the last 3 coaches were all on that original staff. They just hire from within.
But
Keep moving
But my
up.
point is that they've been good for a while.
Right. Yeah.
So I would just
No,
that's-
look
yeah, you're
when-
right.
Look when Vandy was in 2008, but Tennessee wasn't any good. So Vanderbilt was ranked 13th in 2008.
Hey, man. That's
I mean,
a
that's
good
the
one.
last time prior to this year that where were they ranked last year?
Well, the 2 James
No.
Franklin teams, they won 9 games.
They wasn't ranked last year.
Vandy was never ranked even after beating
Alabama.
Alabama and Auburn.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But those 2 James Franklin teams that won 9 games.
Right, they were
They
ranked
could have
that
been-
year, yeah.
They could have been ranked in.
But Tennessee wasn't.
was trash.
Tennessee was a dumpster
Yeah.
fire.
I think the fire just got put out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're doing door prizes. Hey, there's Rick Bird over there.
Legendary.
Coach
Legendary Rick
Bird.
There's
draw
Andy
some
Kelly
up.
right there.
He could draw something up right now.
Look at all these legends
Who else
just
you see, so?
hanging out.
Lampley,
Who were
Deion
you
Grant,
talking to earlier?
Deion Grant.
Oh, yeah, Grant.
Yep. Then Shane Foster, David Sutter.
There you
Legend. Talk about some guys that can put the ball in the hole, man.
Oh, Lampley won. I demand a recount. I demand a recount.
go.
All right,
Lampley.
Come tailgate with us as 3HL broadcasts live at MTSU on Wednesday as the Blue Raiders host Missouri State on Wednesday, October 8th. That's 2 days from now.
Can I
Join
point
us.
out, they do a phenomenal job right where we broadcast with stuff for the kids to do.
Inflatables,
Yep,
bands.
face painting, food. Like, it's awesome.
Very
So come
true.
see us. Come hang out with us and let the kids jump.
Join us as we broadcast because they can run around too.
Yeah.
Lots of wide open space over
So
there.
will.
That's right.
Join us as we broadcast live from the Grove from 3 until 6 o'clock. Game tickets on sale now at GoBlueRaiders.com. Zeph, you find it?
They have never been ranked at the same time.
That is impossible.
I love
This is
it when
the
I'm
first
right.
time.
You're right.
So
Absolutely, you're right.
really, so you were saying whenever Vanderbilt was ranked, it's actually Memphis that messes us up because the first time they were ranked was in 2004 once, then 2014 once, then 2015, 2017, 2019, 2020, 2024.
See, I
That's
thought-
Memphis.
Yeah,
That's
I,
Memphis.
I thought you might catch it in there somewhere.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. There you go.
Because really, Memphis and Vanderbilt
Right.
never synced up.
So it was
And
always the
when
one
Memphis
mainstay.
and Vanderbilt were good, Tennessee was
Trash.
not.
Oh man, that dude just won.
Big
a-
trash.
That dude just won a basket of Jack Daniels stuff.
It's a good basket.
Good basket.
Good basket.
That's the kind of guy people eyeball. Like, when's he walking in the parking lot?
Great basket.
615-737-1045 is the number at 3HL 1045. I can't pull up the phone call because somebody is calling me on my phone, even though I'm
Is
on
it
the air.
spam?
No, it's actually,
Spam's gotten quite aggressive nowadays.
it's actually got a name and a 615 number.
Just hang up on me.
Answer it live on air.
No, dude. Although the first guest in 3HL history,
That's dangerous.
the first booked guest was Lorenzo Neal, Low Daddy. The first guest on 3HL in 3HL history, January 2010, was Blaine Bishop's mom because he did that. He answered the phone and put her on speaker into the microphone.
That was real.
Did he warn her?
I mean, live on the air, he warned her.
Oh.
Hey, Mom, you don't
She
know.
was like, "Hi, baby."
That's real. Got down for Mama.
He was like, "Hey, mama." Oh man, 615.
See, I'd have to warn BB. No telling what kind of gossip my mom would put on air if she didn't know she was live.
Well, Murphy is next up
Murph Dog.
on 3HL. Murph, what's up?
Mayor, Babs, Slay Dog,
What's up, baby?
What up, Murph?
has this team ever got given up? Do not lose hope. Did we give up when
Oh,
Kevin
no.
Dyson was 1 yard short? No, we did not.
Oh, I
Did
thought you
we
meant
give up?
specifically this team this year, but yes, no,
No.
okay.
Did we give up when we were down to Buffalo with 16 seconds left? No, we did not. Did we give up when we had Ken Wisenhunt? No, we did not. Did we give up when we spent a second-round pick on Tyrone Calico? No, we did not. And did we give up when the concession stand ran out of nacho cheese at the 2014 Colts game? No, we did not. Tighten up.
How about when the Bears drank all the beer in downtown Nashville? How about that,
That
one?
was crazy.
Did we give up?
No, we kept
No.
fighting.
You just turned to liquor.
Yeah. Let's turn up a little bit more.
What the Blackhawks were in town too.
That same weekend?
That same
Is
week.
that what it was?
Yep.
Ooh, that'll do it.
It was back-to-back Blackhawks and then Bears at Titans.
So the Blackhawks are, I think, the team that got the Predators, Sean Henry and those guys, to research geofencing
Yeah.
with their ticketing.
It was.
Because
Sean,
the
I think Sean
Blackhawks,
said that before.
people think it was like the Pred Wing fans.
Yeah.
But it really was, when you would go to a Blackhawks game back then, man, they hop on Southwest. They're here in less than an hour. It's like $39. They're all over Bridgestone Arena.
And they're obnoxious.
Yeah.
A little rival. Sorry.
Hate the Blackhawks.
Get out of here.
I think I've said that a million times in my life.
You hate the Blackhawks. Do you hate the Bears and the Cubs? Or
Not
is it
really.
just the Blackhawks?
Just the Blackhawks.
That's real.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ain't got no reason to. Yeah, I ain't got no reason to like
I'm not pushing back.
I don't have a problem with the Bears.
I'm just trying to figure out where your hatred stops.
No, it is specifically that sport and that team. Hate them.
I remember the Blackhawks played the Predators.
I hate the Red Wings too. Yeah.
Last home game of the regular season. This was a long time ago. Back when it was just full of Blackhawk fans in Bridgestone Arena, and the Preds, I think they either won 7-5 or lost 7-5. I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember it because it's not very often you have that much scoring in a hockey game, so it should stand out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
They might have won. Because the Blackhawk fans were all
good old hockey tape.
Didn't anticipate that today, did you?
See, people say we don't talk hockey, right? Look at that. You just got 3 whole minutes of it.
I got a couple more notes for you from the college football world. From Luke Evangelist. That's that's an interesting last name. Texas A&M's defense, you were talking about how good their defense was, Babs. Texas A&M's defense on 3rd and 4th down, 24 out of 25. Teams are 1 for 25 against them on 3rd or 4th down.
Oh, my God.
That is a 4% conversion rate.
That's amazing.
They believe down there, too, boy.
I mean, if you're an opponent, are you even considering 4th down? I'm not.
No.
Can't get
Put
away.
Your foot on it.
Put your foot on it, yep.
UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava said he told teammates after the coaching change, quote, I was preaching to the guys that if y'all don't want to be here, leave, end quote.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell you what, this so this situation
the
right
irony in all of that.
Right.
It's thick.
Right. Like
it's thick.
This always happens one or two ways.
Why doesn't he have awareness to not say that?
I mean, because he's in it. He's engulfed in whatever he got going on. And I mean, in it deeply, too. But this always happens when an intern takes over. Everybody rallies for the coach. The interim takes over like
the intern.
Yeah,
the
not
intern,
the
you meant interim?
Yeah, the interim
I
takes
would love
over.
for an intern.
I like intern better, actually.
That was better, yeah.
That would be
I mean, he
much better.
celebrated like an intern. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but they either rally. Can they do it again? That's the question. Like Penn State actually carried a loss into there.
I did enjoy the videos of Rick Neuheisel at CBS working
That
while
was
watching the
cool.
highlights. His son is the new offensive coordinator, interim offensive coordinator, intern offensive
the
coordinator.
intern.
And watching him celebrate touchdowns was cool. UCLA had not led a game at any point this season. They were the only Power 4 school in that position. Bruins take down number 7 at the time, Penn State, 42-37. UCLA is the first 0-4 team to take down a top 10 team in 40 years. 1985, the number.
Shout out to Nashville's own Keyshawn Lawrence, too, out there putting in work. Big time fumble. He's playing really well.
There you go.
Nashville kids, yeah.
Do you have a parlay for tonight?
I absolutely have a parlay for tonight.
all right.
Why wouldn't I have a parlay?
I mean, they're playing football. They're playing sports.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. If we get 7 on 7, I might throw something at that.
I saw a lady at Travel Baseball this weekend wearing a sweater that read, Yay Sports.
That's great.
She can wear that to anything, you know what I mean?
It's
I
brilliant.
thought that was smart. Yeah. All right. Parlay coming up, and we've already done the 3HL bingo card, but we'll revisit. Don Davenport, the only entry today.
Shocker. I've got a shout out too when we come
Hey,
back.
there we
The
go.
funny thing is that Slay missed that because he was talking to Deion Grant, I think.
Yeah.
I think you
was
missed
a good
what
one.
she said. It was good.
I don't even remember what I said, so
That's what makes it better.
yeah.
Anybody
Shout
got-
out when I come back.
Oh, when we come back. I thought you were doing it now.
Do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, shout outs presented by your mom and him.
Shout out to Vanderbilt Volleyball.
Nice.
Hey.
Coach Anders Nelson and his staff and those girls who have worked so hard to build a program just got their first SEC win in 45 years.
Who called that game, Babs?
I did with Alex Gold. And it was great.
A lot of coaches would try to make sure you were there for every game moving forward.
I know, right? And not only that, they swept Arkansas. Like,
Really?
dominated them, played
How about that?
so
That's
consistently.
serious.
Also, PSA, Sunday volleyball at Vanderbilt is really fun. You should take the family and go.
We
It's
saw
like
Baby
family
Babs having
atmosphere.
a ball in the stand.
She was dancing. She was 6'7" in
I
it.
saw her do the 6'7".
She was doing. She loved it. But shout out to Vanderbilt volleyball, which, by the way, somebody wrote me on Instagram because I put like a picture of the family in front of the volleyball court, you know, and on my Insta story on Davenport TN and was like, hey, great to call their first SEC win in 45 years. And somebody wrote me and was like, what? How? I'm like, okay. They did not have a team. This is their first time back. So it is not that they just have been dismal for 45 years. They have not existed.
Yeah, they've really sucked.
Yeah, right? No. So congrats. And, it's kind of similar. We talk about the Titans. Sometimes you just need that one win for the belief and the confidence and the, momentum to move forward.
And they were working, 2 years prior to this?
Yeah, and then this is the very first year they played. Mm-hmm. So it's been fascinating to watch how you build a program from scratch because it's not easy, Also, it's not like you can recruit, 15 scholarship girls out of high school because then you're rebuilding the same thing 4 years later.
Also, they dominated. There was nothing sketchy about any of that.
About the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like the Titans need a lot to happen is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes.
Because you were talking about building off a win.
Oh, yes. I'm definitely not comparing the way Vanderbilt volleyball won to the way the Titans won. Yeah. Right. No, they dominated.
Parsley when we come back to wrap things up. 3HL broadcasting live from West Haven Golf Club in Franklin. The Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame Golf Tournament, TSHF.net. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com.
All right, October is here, and maybe you're somebody who likes to plan ahead, doesn't wait till the last minute. Good for you. That's not me. But if you are that and you want to get your carpets clean before you have family in for the holidays, here you go. Zero Res. Now is the perfect time to cross off that to-do list or that to-do task on your list. Most carpet cleaners run a last-minute deal, but Zero Res rewarding you who actually does things in advance. Christmas shopping may be already done. Get your carpets cleaned as well. Zero Res going to clean a room of carpet for you for free this month only. All you have to do is tell them that Dawn on 3HL sent you, and they will immediately add a free room for you. Your wives are going to be happy, right? It's up to you. Don't waste your money on another carpet cleaner. Minimums apply. Carpeted rooms only cost $45 per room all day, every day, and this month only. The first one is free if you tell them you heard about them from Dawn. Zero Res. Check them out. ZeroResNashville.com or call 615-535-9376.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. They're giving out awards. I didn't hear the best score because I was just talking. But anyway, the 2 second places, Andy Kelly and George Kidd, former Vols, on one of the teams that shot 61. And then Lampley, Brad Lampley, and Dion Grant, Harwell and Harwell, 61 as well. Look at that. The legend.
Coach Bird.
Rick Bird in the house. Great golfer.
Yes.
And then our friend David Allen, whose son Cooper plays football at Army, he said he rode coattails, but they shot a 54.
Wow.
Was Rick Bird on the winning team?
Yes, and he said, so 20 under.
Look at you, Coach.
And he just told me, he said, no, it was legit.
Really?
We were legit 20 under.
He's going to shoot whatever he shoots. There ain't no way.
I asked him, what you doing now? He
Dude,
said playing golf every day.
Exactly.
7
And
days
he
a
was
week.
good when he was coaching all the time.
Yes,
What's up, Ned?
yes.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
How's Ned Michaels
Ned.
not on the winning team? That's my question.
You weren't on the winning team?
No.
Oh, he didn't even
Just
turn
him,
his
just him
scorecard
for a
in.
good time.
Boy,
baby.
that sounds like a Doherty and Slay team.
Yes, it does.
We take a sleigh ride around the
You
course.
better believe it. That's a good time.
3HL bingo card. I only wrote down one today because it was rather obvious. I did it with a guy.
Who said that?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
We were
Okay.
talking about 3-point shootouts.
Okay.
And I told my story. And then she was like, I did it with a guy. Who was it?
Well, listen.
Meaning she did a 3-point shootout with a Belmont
Yeah.
men's basketball player.
You live to,
Yes.
live to fight another day.
That's right.
And then yeah.
Yeah.
Bob says he has a 3HL bingo card
What
entry.
bingo card does Bob have?
Man, it feels so good out here, y'all.
Terrific. This is a great remote.
Lord have mercy.
This might have been
I
our
had to put a
best remote.
sweatshirt on.
Babs is
Sorry.
like trying to use the word fall. But I looked at the 2 week, and there are a whole lot of high temperatures in the 70s over
That's
the next
fall.
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
with
yeah,
some
man.
low temperatures in the 40s.
Oh, nope. I don't like it.
No, that's fall, Babs.
is
No,
fall.
that's not fall. That's winter.
Yeah, you got to put a
40
hoodie.
is winter.
A
No,
hoodie
high
on.
temperatures in the 40s is winter.
Yeah.
No.
Rainy and 35 is winter in Nashville.
No,
in
that's-
Nashville.
that's
If you just
horrible.
moved here to Nashville,
That's what our winters are.
rainy and 35.
Although-
Get ready for it.
It feels
aggravating.
like we've had like a 6 or 7 inch snow once a year the last 3 years.
Yes.
Bob, you got a
6, 7.
Babs lives for those.
Oh, gosh.
and it's funny, they happen on the show when you're not here. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
and you're the
And
first
you
person
think
we
of
thought
me.
about every time.
Every time it happens.
Like
I'm
Babs
so
would
glad I
love that right there.
can bust into your
Like we'll
lives
get
when
a
I'm
phone
not
call.
here.
Somebody will be like, "Do you think the Titans can get to 6 and 7?"
Yep.
Something like that.
Like, it's
Bob's got
Babs.
a bingo card.
What you
edition.
got, Bob?
Backwards hats are sexy.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
that was
good one.
Babs too. That was a good
That's
one.
right.
As Bob sits with his hat
Backwards hat. He wanted to bring that back up because he's got his hat on backwards all
We
day.
see you, Bobster.
Well,
There you go.
Me and sexy's never been mentioned in the same sentence, so I have to make it happen.
All right, Bob. There you go, Bob.
Good job, Bob.
Backwards hats
The
are
Brian
sexy.
Callahan show is coming up next. How about that?
About 2 minutes.
Again,
I
coming
like
up
it.
on Wednesday, we will be broadcasting live from the Grove at MTSU. MTSU playing Missouri State. Missouri State a 2.5-point favorite in that game. MTSU in action at 6:30 on Wednesday, and we will be in the Grove. Come by and see us. GoBlueRaiders.com is how you can get tickets. That's GoBlueRaiders.com. Anybody surprised that Rick Bird was on the winning team out here?
Negative.
That dude can play some golf.
Nope.
I mean, he told me there was no cheating on their team, too.
Yeah. Well,
That usually doesn't happen in scrambles.
yeah, but I mean,
You don't have to cheat
Job,
when
David
Rick
Allen.
Bird's that good. Hi.
tell
Good,
the
how
family
are you?
hello, brother. Yeah, nobody's going to cheat on Rick Bird's team. Like
Nah.
even me and Slay, like I'll just leave it there. I was going to tell him that.
You're about to
Just leave that
tell
alone, yo.
about to tell
Here's
on
the thing.
what y'all
It
do.
really doesn't matter if we cheat, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. All right, let me get a parlay real quick.
Oh,
before we
Parsley,
get
yeah,
out of here.
go.
Travis Kelce, 30-plus yards receiving. Strange, 30-plus yards receiving. ETN, 60-plus yards rushing. Xavier Worthy, 50-plus yards receiving. Brian Thomas Jr., 40-plus yards receiving. That gives you plus $858, $100. Get you $958, baby. We rolling.
$100 gets you $958.
Yes.
All right, that sounds good. I almost forgot
It's a
about the
bankroll.
bracelet. There you go. All right,
Scared to
Brian
get the
Callahan
bankrolls out,
show
bro.
coming out. We appreciate the fine people at the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame for including us in this event. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. We appreciate you guys listening and including us in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be unless you were getting a shout out to, I don't know, Titans victory.
Hey!